láti sọ̀rọ̀. I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, go there biza. Kama bara wa lo nínú ìfẹ́ kan Akanbi. I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love,
I go show you love, Kama bara wa lo nínú ìfẹ́ kan.
But I know they do competition with anybody. Forgive me, show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo nínú ìfẹ́ kan.
I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, I go show you love. Kama bara wa lo nínú ìfẹ́ kan.
No, they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Oh, tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí o, ẹ fẹ́ jókù. Alákọ̀bí Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí. Alákọ̀bí Sábà Mẹ́la. Anybody? Any bo. Anybody? Mo ló ń folú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti kíníṣí. Délé mo ló ń folú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé o.
Living in Nigeria is challenging. Living in Nigeria is hectic. Living in Nigeria is victimizing. Living in Nigeria is problematic. Anytime we wake up every day and we see the break of a new day, we say, God, you don't do it for us. But we just believe. They promise us renewed hope. I hope it does not turn out to renew shege. In short, it's not that it won't turn out.
Well, things are hard. Hardship everywhere. Upsurge of prices of things, commodities. In fact, you see crimes.
Yes.
Every minute, and it's because of the situation.
Well, in a moment I'll be joined by our guest commentators, but first let's cross to our off-site studio and speak to Arise legal correspondent Godfrey Eshemogie, who's covered the appeals proceedings from the outset. Great to see you, Godfrey, and thank you very much indeed for joining us. So the process for the Atiku and Obi appeal begins on Monday, the final appeal. What is actually going to be happening on Monday?
Well, good evening, Charles. Thanks. It's quite an honor having me on your show tonight. Basically, it's going to be another round of fireworks. But of course, we expected that after what happened at the Presidential Election Petition Court on the 6th of September, when the five-member panel headed by Justice Haruna Samani gave this an exhaustive and, if you like, exhausting 14-hour judgment on the three petitions, that of the Allied People's Movement and then the PDP's presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. One would have thought that the fireworks would have ended there. The judges, the five judges, in a unanimous decision, dismissed all three petitions for lacking in merit. They gave grounds to seek to nullify the electoral victory of Bola Tinubu at the presidential polls. But the judges felt those grounds lacked merit. But one would have thought that after that, the whole legal tussle would have ended at that point. But of course, that isn't the case. They are moving into the final stage where the final battle line has now been drawn. Now we're having the same set of appeals still heading to the higher court, because Peter Obi of the Labour Party and the Allied People's Movement felt they were, the judges or the Presidential Election Court didn't do justice to their appeals, to their petitions rather. So they want to take the court, their appeals, their petitions a notch higher to get a different opinion, most likely, that perhaps may lead to the nullification of the electoral victory of Bola Tinubu. But then, of course, Atiku Abubakar of the three seems to have taken a different approach, approaching the United States District Court to get documents, academic records of President Bola Tinubu to give more like an extra edge, a leverage to his own case. But this time around, he's taking a different approach because he feels perhaps the Supreme Court may just affirm the decision of the Presidential Election Petition Court. So he wants to take a different approach, to look at it from the angle of forgery of the, on the part of Bola Tinubu, Nigeria's president. That is, in terms of the documents, that the academic records which President Bola Tinubu submitted to INEC with respect to his seeking election for Nigeria's highest office. Of course, if that stands, that will prove to be a huge upset on Atiku's part, because it has never happened in the history of Nigeria where a sitting president was removed by a court. When that could have happened was in 2007, when Yar'Adua, the then late Nigerian president, was elected. He faulted the election that saw him come into office, but that too didn't give enough ground for the court to dismiss him. But this time around, we are seeing Atiku take a different approach and is very much poised to have him, record an upset, as the things are. That is what some analysts seem to be saying, and so his supporters, because he's taking a different approach. He's moving a notch higher from the petition with which he approached the Presidential Election Petition Court. So he's now saying that the court needs to look at his case more thoroughly, right, to see perhaps he may just nick it at that point.
Well, obviously we don't know that yet, but and even before we get to that stage, Godfrey, I mean, I'm assuming that there will need to be fresh evidence submitted to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court accepting that fresh evidence. But we don't know yet whether the Supreme Court will admit that new evidence, do we?
Well, it's still a very an open situation as it is, because Atiku is relying on Order 2, Rule 12, subsection 1 of the Supreme Court rule. More like its regulation. This is what spells out how matters that comes to it are approached. In terms of how evidences are tendered before it to be heard. So this rule of the Supreme Court affords him an opportunity to bring in new evidence. But of course, like you stated, it's still subject to the discretion of the apex court. Atiku has tried at this point, and then relying on this, it's still a 50-50 chance that the court may admit that those fresh evidence emanating from Chicago State University. These are depositions by the registrar of the university, which is now giving Atiku's case a fresh feel, as it were, if you like, in respect to approaching his quest to seek the nullification of President Bola Tinubu's election.
Right. Okay, well, how long, Godfrey, is this process expected to last? I mean, when can we expect a verdict from the Supreme Court? I mean, there is a time limit, isn't there, within which the appeals must be concluded?
Yes, the Supreme Court has 60 days within which to determine these electoral matters. Of course, recall that the decision of the Presidential Election Petition Court was delivered on the 6th of September. So it has exactly two months within which to decide on this. So 6th of November, as it is, I'm sure, yes, by 6th of November, this appeal should be expiring, because that will be exactly 2 months from when the decision was given at the Presidential Election Petition Court. So from 23rd of October, when the appeal will be heard, it will have about, let's say, 2 or so weeks within which to decide. So 6th of November, on or before 6th of November, the Supreme Court is expected to deliver its verdict on the 3 appeals, that of Atiku Abubakar or the PDP, Labour Parties, Peter Obi, and of course the Allied People's Movement.
Briefly, Godfrey, I wonder what the arguments, I mean, if you can summarize just very briefly. I know you talked about Atiku and the certificate issue, but beyond that, I mean, what are the arguments being put forward by Atiku and by Obi? What is the basis of their challenge of the ruling of the Presidential Tribunal, which, as you said earlier, found in favor of President Tinubu?
Well, of course, there are a number of issues. Of course, some of them stand out. We have the 25% votes, 25% votes of the FCT, which of course they feel that should have been given the knockout punch to the Tinubu presidency, and then the alleged forfeiture due to the forfeiture of 460,000 naira due to drug trafficking, alleged drug trafficking, as it were. And then the issue of dual citizenship. These are some of the grounds that the Presidential Election Court, and then we have the dual nomination with regards to the APM, and of course the Peter Obi, in their petitions. So these are some of the key aspects that they are seeking to put forward, or that they were seeking to put forward with respect to these appeal that we're likely to be hearing at the presidential at the Supreme Court. Of course, these were those matters that were dismissed by the Presidential Election Petition Court on grounds of lacking in merit. But then they will be reappearing at the Supreme Court, apart from the CSU document, which is making a fresh entry.
Godfrey, thank you very much indeed. We appreciate your analysis, and we appreciate the way that you've covered these cases meticulously over the last few months. We look forward to the conclusion of all of this. Godfrey Eshemogie is Arise legal correspondent. He was talking to me there from our off-site studio. Well,
it's almost on a daily basis now. We hear one appointment or the other, but the big question is, are those round pegs in round holes? How would you, as a citizen, assess some of these appointments? But let's get talking. I have tonight an elder statesman, eminent in every sense of the word, a former member of the National Assembly, and is a scholar, Dr. Usman Bugaje. He joins us live here in our studio. Thank you so much, Dr. Bugaje, for joining us.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much indeed. They say there is always going to be an end to all litigation. The Supreme Court is the final court in the land. Now, Atiku Abubakar has gone to court. He's gone to Chicago, now to court. What are your views about on the legal tussle that we have seen on our elections, especially the presidential election, and especially the kind of conversations on issue of certificate, whether or not your identity and things like that have been raised. And those in the APC that had also pointed at Atiku Abubakar to say, you had Sadiki in your certificate, you also have a case to answer. These are some of the conversation, and we've taken it upon ourselves that anyone who is coming from any office that is coming into our studio, we will ask them to let us know what their academic qualifications are. But what are your views about the conversation that has led to court in Nigeria today?
Well, let me say that in going to court, this is in keeping with democratic practice. Mm-hmm. Whenever there is an election and a party feels that they are not satisfied with the rulings of a court, they have an opportunity to go on appeal and to present their case at a higher court, so that they can be able to get justice. So for me, I don't think it's a matter to discuss. Going to court is a normal process as the Constitution and the laws of the land have allowed that, and it is in order. Now, the issue of certificates has a very important significance. I don't know how much we are ready to look at this issue, because a lot of the discussions I have listened to or I've read about tend to be very superficial. Let me say three things very quickly. One, the fact that we are arguing about certificates speaks to the quality of the people we have, or lack of it, as it were, in politics. We should be able at this level to have people whose records are so very straight that you do not need to get engaged in this. There are bigger issues that should engage this country. I've tried always to make this point, that this country already has 20 million children out of formal school system. God knows the number of people that have finished school and they cannot find jobs. We have a country of 220 million people today, but in another just 7 years down the line, we're going to grow up to 300 million. In 2050, which is not too far away, we have young people. In 25 years or thereabouts, we expect this country to be well over 400 million in population, which will make it the third country after India and China. What I expect politicians to be discussing, how do you provide the infrastructure for this population? How do you provide food? How do you provide education, healthcare, jobs? Because that is what is going to make the country great. That's what's going to make the country stable. That's what's going to make the country peaceful. If you can't, you are going to go into the kind of conflict that we are beginning to see, or that we have seen for the last 1 decade or so. So the point is, it's very sad. It's a very sad commentary that our politicians are, or the kind of people that we have in politics that eventually, get into positions of power, are people whose qualifications are doubted. Now that speaks a lot of volumes about the fact that of the quality of leadership we're going to get. The second point is that when it comes to, if you like, the political culture that we run has somehow accepted these things as norm. Because I would expect that the party itself should have done sufficient screening in its candidate before they even get to the point of being contesting for election.
Oh, one will also imagine that these names are submitted to INEC. Does INEC do a check?
Okay.
Does the party
I'm coming to INEC
in the first place?
I'm coming to INEC, but before they even go to INEC, they come through a political party. And a political party should have values. If they have values of integrity, then that name could not have come through.
Political parties screen their candidates. So you wonder what exactly did they do when
we
they
have to. We do that. I was secretary of a political party, as you might remember. And we have to go through that for every election. And so it means that is the failure of the party. And then we come to INEC, which is even independent. Even if the party decides to be selfish, if that's the word to use, at least the INEC being an independent, I emphasize the independence there. They should be able to carry out a due diligence and confirm, check and recheck. And so you can see the failure of the institution at the party level, the failure of the institution at INEC level, and this speaks to our political culture. And I'm saddened that we have a political culture that literally allows this rubbish to come through. The third, we are not able to solve any of our problems. Every Nigerian problem, that you see every day, it gets worse.
But those who have hope in Bola Tinubu, for example, let's speak to specifics now. Those who have hope in Bola Tinubu, who went to the ballot to vote for him, in your own view, the early stage policies and decisions that he has made, how disappointed or how hopeful are you in Bola Tinubu?
Well, as you know, I have worked with him. I was in the AC and the ACN. So I have the privilege of having to work with him. And I'm honestly disappointed because I expected He's a person who I know he would always have a book around him reading. He would always, you would be able to engage him. But all that magic has evaporated. I don't see it.
You think he has been demystified
I don't know.
by the federal and the national level task?
I don't know. We are still in the process. But certainly that magic, that idea of a person who can solve problems is not there. Because look at the bundle of problems that are there.
You thought that Tinubu's name is synonymous to fixing Nigeria's problems at the initial stage?
No, I didn't think that he was synonymous, but I knew that he had talents that you could apply to solve, problems. Certainly. I mean, but I don't
find them. In the last months?
I don't find them.
Well, look at the appointments that he has made. And there is being a few reversal, withdrawal. What do you make of those kind of situations?
Well, first, I think the appointment system seems to be in crisis. Because, I mean, I worked in the presidency for 4 years, and appointments were made, and we know the processes that we go through. You never get to that point. I mean, you have to do thorough due diligence. You have to weigh and you have to consult the stakeholders. So by the time it gets to the table of the president, with all the options you have given him, whoever the president chooses, you will find that he fits in and, he will be accepted. Because you would have done the consultations, you would have done the due diligence. But this kind of ad hoc system, it doesn't even look like the president knows when the appointments are being made. It's like he wakes up and then he suddenly discovers that such and such and
How
such.
Embarrassing
I don't
this?
know. It's terrible. We're doing this in front of the whole world.
The presidency has a proper government structure, isn't it?
We are doing all this.
It's a parastatal on its own, isn't it?
Yeah, we are doing this in front of the world. And what is the world going to think of us? We are tumbling and fumbling. We don't know our left from our right. We don't seem to know who is supposed to do what. There is no system there.
What do you think could be happening? Could this be politics or could it be bad administration going on in the presidency?
I would say it's sheer incompetence.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. We're going to continue with this particular question because Cheun just asking, that is Usman Bugaje, what do you think is happening? Could it be politics or could it be bad government? People, if you ask me, I will say what we are seeing right now is satanism. Group of people gather together, all of them are satanic, running a nation. Check it from top to the end, including their satanic supporters. All of them are satanic. You see, when they see this kind of video, they don't come out to talk about it. You know why? I'm talking about the satanic supporters of APC at this particular moment. When they see this kind of video, you never see them talk about it. You never see them deliberate on it, especially the satanic platforms on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and all that. They don't discuss this because they don't have anything to say. These same satanic supporters supporting APC believe that we have something against them. The reason why I'm angry with these people is because you cannot see white and continue to force it to be black. Or you cannot see black and continue to force it to be yellow. This is what these satanic APC Tinubu supporters are doing. They've been sentimental over what is going on right now in Nigeria. If I'm not mistaken, information reaching me now that £1 is now about 1,500 naira. £1, 1,500 naira. Why dollar is about 1,250 now, 1,300. What a shame! And you are supporting APC, and you see these things happening. You are still justifying it. That is the height of satanism. Nothingness. You cannot see what is wrong and try to convince, indoctrinate
the people that is right. No, it doesn't work like that. At this moment, with the excruciating situation in Nigeria, some people still believe people hate Tinubu. That is the funny part of it. Oh, why are they hating Tinubu? Because their mentality, what they used to believe on, everybody normally come into power and ring and get away with it. Anybody come into power and ring and get away with it. Why is it now it gets to Tinubu's turn, everybody is not talking? That is their definition of hatred. That is their definition of hatred. No other definition of hatred. Because yes, others have been doing it. Others have been doing it since Nigeria was created. All our past leaders, rulers, if you check it closely, 99% of them are satanic. This is why they find it difficult to accept that Tinubu must be removed. Because they thought 2023 presidential election is coming. We're also going to do it as usual. Ring and let's move on. But unfortunately, the postmodernism did not allow it. The postmodernism have opened their eyes to see the realism of what has been happening in our country. We said no. No. That time don't pass. It don't pass. You cannot be supporting somebody even when you know what you are supporting is wrong. You are still adamant to continue your satanic support on these same people. Check Tinubu's regime from A to Z. All is tribalism, ethnicism. Let me take it from you. In case some of you are not aware, let me take it. Tinubu's government is a Yoruba government. Oh, you don't know. Okay, let me take you through. President, right? The unconstitutional president, as we speak, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is from where? Southwest. Head of judiciary. Head of judiciary, where he come from? Southwest. Chief of army staff, where he come from? Southwest. IGP, police, Inspector General of Police, where he come from? Southwest. More than the listen, if I lie, make una remind me. Then, head of immigration, Southwest. Custom office, head of custom, Southwest. Road safety, Southwest. CBN, Southwest. FIROS, Southwest. Finance Minister, Southwest. Attorney General, Southwest. Chief Staff, Southwest. Hey, Baba, how did we get here? And we still have people still saying, Tinubu is the best. Tinubu is the best. Oh my God, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Finance Minister, Southwest. Attorney General, Southwest. Chief of Staff, Southwest. Power Ministry, Southwest. Maritime Economy, Southwest. Minister of Digital Economy, Southwest. Interior Minister, Southwest. Postmaster General, Southwest. Yoruba government. Let's continue. Postmaster, Minister of Solid Mineral, Southwest. EFCC Chairman, Southwest. Bank of Industry MD CEO, Southwest. Petroleum Minister, Southwest. Hey, God. Listen, guys, in case you're not aware, welcome to Ethnic Republic of Nigeria. Make a talk again. Make somebody right time. Welcome to Ethnic Republic of Nigeria. Right time for comment section. I want to see more than 20 people right time. Write it there. We can't continue like this. We cannot. Ethnic Republic Nigeria. Welcome to Ethnic Republic of Nigeria. We can't continue like this. This is Yoruba government. Even though we have few of our Yoruba people that is against this satanism, but majority of them are swimming, are enjoying it. This is sad. Welcome to Ethnic Republic of Nigeria. In my time, we will have a new Nigeria. Let's see how Supreme Court will do this. Let's see how Supreme Court of Nigeria will do this. Let them slap us on our face. Let the Supreme Court cause all. In fact, let them do their worst. Even when it's already obvious. It's obvious. This is obvious. The blind can see. The deaf can hear. We all are here. We think, say, nah, game we they play. We they enjoy. Look at the suffering in Nigeria. I was talking to somebody today. Although it's laughable. It's laughable. I was talking to somebody close, that lives in Nigeria. You know what this person tell me? He said, my brother, he said this time, normally, if you wake up in the morning, you go eat breakfast. He said this time now, if you wake up, you go by phone, you go the phone busy. Like say you're busy. They clean your house, they check your house around, they check your car, they check your engine oil. You make time for run, go 1 o'clock. The time you can't look time, say now 1 p.m. Now that time you go they eat. He said now deliberate. Now he they do one. He they phone busy. He go phone busy from morning, go reach 1 before he eat. He go the way, make the time run fast. Make the time run fast. He said once he don't eat that 1 o'clock. Now till like 10, you can't find granite put for mouth. This one a person why I know. Tell it. I say, it don't was rich like they say, my brother. He was and he was past. He said, in the morning with the phone busy. With the phone busy. Like say, no. If you're listening to me right now and you have a family members in Nigeria, call them. Ask them the situation of Nigeria, the state of the nation right now. Ask them. Then come back to me and say, Nigeria, you they lie, they deceive us. I've never deceived anybody in my life, except I did it unknowingly because I'm a human being. Say, I'll just come and say, okay, let me prepare. I want to go and deceive. What am I going to gain by coming here to deceive the people? Even most of the people listening to me right now know better than me. What makes you think you can know better than everyone? This is what Tinubu is doing right now. Tinubu and his cabinet, his regime, cabinet, and his satanic supporters. This is what they are doing. They are putting even more effort to convince people that Tinubu is still the right person. Especially this current ongoing situation in Nigeria. My people, before they go throw their virus, whether they throw, make a post link in case anybody want to join me, because I forget since somebody just write down now. I just forget because these people now go post their satanic whatever that they post now. We can't continue like this. We cannot continue. It's not looking good. I never thought that one dollar go come be 1,300 within 4 months. How? How did this happen? How is this even possible? It looks like a dream. It looks like a dream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. You have to say here. Thank you very much, my people. I can say, okay, people are already joining me. Let me quickly acknowledge and bring them in before we start this. I have Madam Ellen with us here. Thank you very much, Madam Ellen, for joining us. Good evening to you. How are you doing, man?
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Thank you so very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
God
Thank
bless.
you. I'll come back
I'm
to you.
doing fine.
Thank you. Thank you, man. All right. We have Oga just joining us as well. Oga, thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Good evening to you. How are you doing today, sir? Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. We'll come back to you. All right. Let me quickly verbally acknowledge some of you right there. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for all you do. we'll have a better Nigeria in our time. Thank you very much for many of you right there, Madam Ameme Bright. I can see you. Annie, morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you. Didi Anthony, Evie Jack. Thank you. God bless you all, my people. James Simon, I can see you as well. Now, God bless you, now, my people. Stephen Gowan, I can see you. CXL Obi Oshuko. Thank you very much. Kings Osayende, thank you very much. God bless you all. And God will bless you now. Please press on that like button. It's very, very important. Penis Peterson in the building. Good evening to you. Alex Idea, Time. Friday Paul. Thank you. Yogo P. I can see you as well. Madam Bella Naomi. Thank you very much. And thanks for your super chat earlier on. God bless you, madam. Thank you very much, everyone. Fred, I can see you right there. Thank you. Vitos Ekwebelem. Thank you, my people. Adesuwa Osagede. And God will bless you, my people. Continue to press on the like button and let's do this together. Nobleman, I can see you. Philip, He's thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Shari Williams, I can see you. Alice. Thank you. Ezra, Musa, thank you very much. Love God is my strength. Everyone go. Thank you. Nena Ogbona, thank you. And many, many, many more. And God will bless you, my people. Press on the like button and let's do this together. Ise, I can see you. Blessing Okafor, Dixon Idagbo. Thank you, my wonderful people. Press on the like button. I can see you, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan, for joining us. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today?
Doing very well, Mr. Elvis. I believe you are doing very well too. Thanks for the job. Thanks for a job well done. God bless you. Thanks to all the panelists. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. All right, F. Emmanuel, good evening to you, sir. It's good to have you on the show. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, my brother, I'm good. Good afternoon from here, Dallas, Texas. How are you today?
We are good. Thank you, sir. We'll come back to you. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I would like us to continue with this particular video. Play another 5 minutes, then we'll come back to you again with few articles that we have for you guys today. Now God bless you now. Obi Oshuko, thank you very much for the super chat. May God bless you. I appreciate this. May pocket never run dry. Thanks for your continuous encouragement. I can see Sandra Benguele just coming in. Thank you very much. Now God bless all of our people. Dr. Happy.
This kind of flip-flop, who should be losing their job today?
Well, whoever is involved,
because the question is, if I'm working closely with you,
anybody
Okay, I will stop that video right there. Listen, guys, from start to finish on that video, you can't take anything out of it. But because of time, that's why I'm taking it out from start to finish. And I believe most of you, when I don't watch them, and me myself, I don't watch them before. But beginning to the end of that video, you can't take any minute out of it. The current situation of Nigeria, we cannot continue to show pretense about it anymore. Let's say it how it is. Don't allow it to happen to your family members before you speak. That's the sentimentalism that I talk about all the time. Because it's not happening to your family members, it not concern you. But what about the people that is bearing the pains right now in Nigeria? Are they not human beings? Let's take reactions. Thank you very much, people. I'd like to quickly take these reactions so we can move on. All right. Even INEC boss, according to information reaching us right now, that some of INEC staff are calling for him to be sacked. Okay, we're going to be taking that one as well. Let me quickly just put this here. But before that, let's go to Brother Betts. What Brother Betts have to say here, let me take it from here. Non-disqualification of Bola Tinubu by Supreme Court will be contempt of good conscience, the Constitution, and making what is sinful holy. 1, the court should be praised for uncovering the truth people didn't know, but never for covering the truth everyone knows. 2, the non-qualification of Bola Tinubu to have contested the presidential election is a truth that everyone now knows, including the international community. Then 3, the Supreme Court cannot afford not to disqualify Bola Tinubu. Doing so will amount to contempt of good conscience, the Constitution, and making what is sinful holy. Nigeria must not accept it if it happens. Nigeria must revolt against it if it happens. 4, functions of Supreme Court does not include conferring legality to illegality and must not allowed to exercise such power as Nigeria become banana island. 5, even God cannot make a sinful act into a holy act because he never will. That is it right there. Then let's move on to this. Over the INEC staff. Breaking, INEC staff demand immediate removal of Chairman Yakubu, writes Tinubu. Senior staff members of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, have demanded the sacking of Professor Mahmood Yakubu as the chairman of the commission. They accuse the chairman of neglecting the welfare of staff and prioritizing his own welfare through award of contracts that allegedly benefit him. In a letter addressed to Bola Tinubu by concerned staff of the Independent National Electoral Commission nationwide, they advised the president to immediately sack him as national chairman of INEC. So that means, if you see what I talk about all the time, let me quickly come here. Let me put it on screen before I say what I want to say. This is what I talk about all the time. A man could become the next victim of the evil he celebrates today. Don't defend evil because it favors you now. It could, get that right. It could work against you the next minute. Now, you are telling me that these people, these INEC satanic stars, they're not beginning to see what we see, tele. These satanic INEC stars, they're not beginning to feel the pains that everyone have been feeling since 25th February 2023. Because these satanic INEC stars, they don't talk since that time till now. If you look what they talk, so they're not even talking about the presidential election, the fake certificate or whatever. They are talking for their own interests. This is one of the things I talk about today. You might be listening to my voice right now. You might be part of the people that is accusing me. Oh, wait till this guy they talk. Make it get out. Make it this, make it that. Listen, my brothers and sisters, if you're one of them, don't allow it to happen to you before you will see realism in what I'm saying. Let's continue with this. The letter which was sent to the Whistler by senior personnel of INEC who claimed to have attended some of the meetings where the issue called the attention of President Tinubu to 10 issues they are aggrieved about. More look at the 10, my people, more look at the 10. They describe Professor Yakubu as a tyrant who sees staff as slaves with no right to complain, and stressed that the system has become rotten due to the leadership style of Professor Yakubu Mahmood. The INEC chairman is also accused of refusing to implement the review duty toll allowance DTA and the 40% peculiar allowance to staff approved by former President Muhammadu Buhari since September 2022. They went on. The staff said they would also not benefit from the federal government approved 35% for all federal workers to cushion the effect of subsidy removal because he will say there is no money. Mona de Luco, these are selfish complaints coming from all the satanic INEC staffs. Mona, you ought to listen. Let's continue. They claim that the INEC chairman promised to increase electoral hazard allowance at a meeting which staff in November 2022 was not fulfilled. Part of the letter reads, unquote, Professor Yakubu Mahmood has also turned the commission into a one-man show. No commissioner can approach him. He takes critical decisions alone without the input from other commissioners, thereby seeing himself as a god. Continue, unquote. Professor Yakubu Mahmood does not allow staff to air their grievances as there is no medium of mechanism to address them. They went on, unquote. There is serious financial misappropriation by Professor Yakubu Mahmood as he concentrates mainly on contracts that will benefit him. Relevant authorities such as EFCC and ICPC can be invited to check INEC financial record for confirmation. They went on. The staff stated they could no longer wait for the end of his second tenure in November 2025, as many of the colleagues had died due to neglect of staff welfare matters. In conclusion, the staff stated, "We, the entire staff of INEC, are disappointed over the leadership style of Professor Yakubu Mahmood, and we hereby passed a vote of no confidence on him. We want him removed." This one now, unquote, with a capital letter. We want him to go now, since staff welfare matters is critical to any credible election. We are tired of Professor Yakubu Mahmood abuse of office. They went on, unquote. We humbly request presidential intervention in this matter so that the situation will not go out of hand, as the INEC staff may not want to go on mass protest over neglect of staff welfare matters occasioned by the abuse of office leader by Professor Yakubu Mahmood, Honorable Chairman INEC. Then we move on to the final part, explaining why the staff choose to write a letter to the president on the issues. A deputy director in the commission said INEC has no labor union as it's not allowed. Those who tried to start 1-2 years ago were transferred out of INEC headquarters to different states by the chairman, unquote. He said in the chat, the Whistler. When the Whistler called Rotimi Oyekami, Chief Press Secretary, to the INEC chairman on Tuesday, he said he was at a meeting. But while responding to a text message on the letter, he said, "I heard about it, but I have not seen it." My people, let me repeat this one again one more time. Don't allow it to happen to you first before you speak. You see, me while they talk, so I say I want better Nigeria, I want a new Nigeria, I want all the, they affect me. I live in the UK. I live a wonderful life in the UK. In fact, I'm living my best life in the UK. The UK government have been so fair and nice to me and my family. I will say this over and over again. In fact, using their passport have given me freedom of movement almost all over the world without no interruption, intervention, or any kind of stress. So I have a reason. In fact, I have every reason not to engage in what I'm doing today. I will just create a platform. I've been on the media. I've been blogging for the past 12 years, right? So I've been blogging for the past 12 years, and we have over 1 million followers across all our social media platforms. I studied film and media, so I could use my platform to do something else. So me speaking today is not because it's affecting me. I want you to get that straight. But when you now speak after this whole situation starts to affect you, then you are satanic, because you waited for it to affect you first before you talk. My people, we can't continue like this. We must have a new Nigeria in our time. Nigeria must be better in our time. Thank you very much, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, depending on your own region. I'd like us to start talking. Let me hear from others right here. I can see Michael Oganamaro right there just coming in. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. I can see Constant. Thank you. God bless you all. Madam Origin, I can see you as well. Biggie, I can see you. Now God bless every one of you right there. Even though your comment is against us, don't worry. That God will still bless you. Somehow, someday, you will look back and say thank you to the people that is fighting right now for a better Nigeria. I would like to call on the first person on the show. Even though she's not the first person, she will still be prioritized, but she's the first person today. Thank you very much, Madam Ellen, for joining us all the way from Nigeria every day. I would like to hear from you. What's your take with the current situation, with what we have presented today? Talk to us, ma'am.
Hey, Mr. Elvis, you know my stand, you know my take. We have been duped. That's my take. And because we have been duped, and we know those who duped us, we have to go get our stuff back. Whether they like it or not, we have to get our stuff back. You know, you started with the video of that's the one I started with those is it Saw TV interviewing people on the street, and they
Yes,
were
talking to Nigerians on the
they
street.
were
Yes.
yes, they were talking about the plight of Nigerians. Yes, a lot of people are not even sure of how they are going to survive the next. They not even talk of getting to December. Of course, December this year won't be like it's always been. You know, though for the past 8 years to 9 years, it's been very tough. But Nigerians, we are still able to push it and celebrate their Christmas. But this year, I doubt if anything is going to, because how do you celebrate when the bag of rice that was, sold at least last year, that was sold at early last year, that was sold at 20 something thousand, 30 something thousand, getting up to 50 something thousand. Who is going to go and buy? How many persons can afford it right now? So it's just a crazy situation. You said somebody, you were talking to somebody who said he has to form being busy till afternoon before he can eat his warm meal, and then at night look for granuts. There are still a lot of other people that cannot afford a square meal a day right now in Nigeria. A lot of people. I have this friend that has a wolf, she will just call it, babe, what's happening? You tell her, we're good. And she'll be like, okay, please, I need to recharge my phone. And can you just square me some data? Let me do one or two things. But today she opened up and said, babe, a lot of times when I call you to, square me data, it's not because I want to recharge my phone. It's because I want to be able to give my son food for the day. It's been very tough. And she stays in Lagos. It's been a single mother. It's been very tough on me. So please, any which way you can, because why I'm opening up is because you can actually say, I don't need data for today, but I know if I open up and tell is I need to feed my son, you do something. So please just help me. I don't know I'm going to go through today without, giving this boy food. And that was in the afternoon. So I thought of it. I mean, I was like, are you trying to tell me that the whole day that your son has not eaten? She said that she was able to give him biscuits and, happy hour to drink in the morning, thinking that she has done calls. She has called a lot of people. And every person she calls just comes up with, I am equally on my own path, struggling to, make something happen. Wow, it brought tears to my eyes because you don't know and you'll never be able to guess what a lot of people are going through right now. A lot of Nigerians have been thrown into, there's a word they give to it, have been thrown into poverty. A lot of Nigerians that could afford their square meal before, that could afford a lot of things before, that you will have assumed are living a good life, have become poor. They cannot afford one square meal a day. So for that one who is even able to push it till afternoon to be able to eat, is a good one. So they call it, is it three-dimensional poverty? That's what's happening right now to a lot of people. And you can never guess, because these are people before who you could reach out to, and then they will, you could reach out to, and then you could put something together. And this kind of person, I like going to all these motherless homes. And so I know people that I can call and say, let's put something together and carry to these people. But these days, we can't even afford to do that, because you have not even been able to, take care of your own household. So how do you even go to those motherless homes? So oh my God. So December is going to be a tough one, because when you look at what dollar, you're the one that just said dollar now is 1,300. $1, 1,300 to naira. How are you going to, how much of it, how much of Naira are you going to carry to be able to go home, to travel, high cost of transportation, and you're not even sure that you're going to get home, maybe in another 1 week for something that would have just taken you 1 day. And yet people are making excuses. Yet people are holding on to office. I was reading a handle today where Kate Enshaw posted something. Somebody was denied visa to Sweden. Why? Because allegedly, why? Because they cited the reason why they denied the person the visa. They said Nigeria is a place of forgery. People in authority even do forge. And when they say people in authority forge, you know what that means. You know who they are referring to. And we are joking with this thing. We are playing with this wildfire. And we think, I think Nigerians, we have a way of thinking that something bad somehow will go away. Something magical will happen and then sweep that, situation. And, we wake up, maybe we sleep and wake up and then it won't be there anymore. This one is not about to go away. It's not about to go away. I was talking to one of my relations today because he's in politics. He said, when I was shouting that people should open their eyes and wake up and do the needful is not just that you gather, votes. The needful is also that you play, dirty, like this person that you are playing with is, oh my God, he used a word that I don't want to use here. So you go down that way. But I know that the people that came up, or you allow somebody, you understand, who has credibility and, competence, but can go play that same way, the way he knows how to play best. Let the person play it so that two of them can, see who does it better. But Nigerians, we are toying and playing with, like you said, satanic people. Today, see what is happening. Today, see the lineup of the judges in Supreme Court. Does it seem like this body language is a body language that will, do the needful or do the right thing? It doesn't for me. And he told me outright, they will not do the needful. So if people like shout, cry, beg, skin yourselves, it will not happen. They are not about to make it. They are not the ones to make it happen. They are not going to, because before now, people had been paid and positioned in key places to make, to make what is happening, make what we are seeing today to happen. And that is what is playing out. It didn't start today. We are just beginning to realize now, but it didn't start today. And I want to say to a lot of Nigerian youths, you are empowered with weapons to buy yourselves. But see what is happening today. The same people who will empower you and call you out to come and, do the dirty work for them. See where their children are. See the kind of empowerment they give to their children. Key positions, you understand? As the day is, downing, they are positioning their children. So even in the next 50 years, their legacy is still going on, and you will continue to be the one to carry weapons to buy yourselves. Are you not tired of this? Won't you wake up and say no? Because we are the ones aiding this corruption. Yeah, I think 3 days ago, I was going to work. I saw a uniform personnel on the road, and every time I see them under hot sun, I keep feeling for them. I saw one carry, this one sachet of pure water. And I think it's some of these things that impacts that children, baby carry, you put in lunch bag for children to snack on. And it was, handed over to another person, maybe to stand in the position to do what they normally do on the road. And he was going to go and eat. And I said to the person that was in the car with me, I said, that's actually, this man is actually going to go and eat. I said, what's that he's carrying? The person said, it's just, is it cornflakes or something, with pure water, and you understand, under hot sun. And I said to myself, and these are the same people that they will still, that will still come out and, block or frustrate other Nigerians who are asking for light to come on, because right now Nigeria is in darkness. They'll rather do that than, join force to say no to corruption, no to wickedness, no to a lot of things that is happening to this country. And this is somebody in uniform, under hot sun. Why are they even encouraging this? Yesterday, some people went out to, to mark 3 years of NSAS issues. And of course, the same people in uniform came out and said, no movement, don't move here, don't move here. How are they enjoying this? Why can't they wake up and say, we are tired of this? Because this thing is, we need a whole lot of people to get to understand that this is no longer, comfortable. And they are not comfortable. They are not comfortable. So why wouldn't they speak? Why wouldn't they act? Why wouldn't they join force to drive out wickedness? Because like that man was talking, the Usman, is it Bugaje or whatever? He said it all. What is happening is sheer form of incompetence. Like a relation of mine that I was talking to today said, you're taking out, a subsidy. Have you sat down to ask, what was this subsidy all about? Who is it all about? And then get to understand what it was all about, so that if you're taking it out, you put something else in place to be able to cushion whatever impact is going to, create upon your citizenry. You never bothered about that. Okay, now you said you want to share how many trillion as palliative. Can that money be used to begin to fix at least even if it's just one refinery first, you fix it, and then let's see, instead of, exporting the raw material and then bringing in fuel, you at least keep it here and refine it, and then so that people can, have access to this thing. Gradually, you begin to, build this thing, build up to, and then plan. Like that young man said, Nigeria is a country of, we consume, we don't produce. What is stopping us from producing? Why are we not producing? What is stopping us from producing? Are we happy that this country is being driven, more and more into, into dark abyss? When is it going to end? When is it going to stop? When are we going to wake up and know that we can't continue like this? Like Mr. Elvis, you keep saying, we cannot continue like this. So when are we going to wake up and say, no, we can't continue like this? Even the people that should be speaking, should anybody even tell them you need to speak? INEC people are coming now to cry. Yes, the letter they wrote, is there any place in that letter where they are speaking for Nigerians apart from their own personal selfish interest? Knowing that they know what they did, what would they have expected when they aided and abetted, criminality? Did they know that it was going to come back and bite them in their backyard? Of course, it was going to come back and bite them hard, because they aided and abetted wickedness. Were they not part of this in that while Nigerians were sleeping, they went and crowned, they went and gave, certificate to somebody who didn't deserve it. And today they are writing a letter. They are writing a letter to who? To somebody who will just sit back and be making a mockery of them because they deserve that. They deserve it. When are we going to wake up and tell ourselves the truth? That this enough is enough. We've been going through this over and over for how many years now? Nigeria is 63. Somebody said Nigeria is still crawling. I don't believe Nigeria can even crawl. Nigeria is, dragging itself on its stomach, not even crawling. Crawling, you need strength. When you watch a child crawl, they crawl with strength, they crawl with excitement. Nigeria is not crawling. Nigeria is dragging itself on its belly in shame at 63. No hope, except we, the people, get up. And like this man was analyzing, in another 7 years, possibly Nigeria will be 300 million. And in 2050, Nigeria will be hitting like 400. So, and nothing is put in place to be able to handle all this that is coming up. And then we say we have leaders. See, the constitution is a fraud. They need to Go back and look at that constitution. Education is important, whether we like it or not. We cannot say that at least if you have only school sets, you can be a president of a country. How? When other nations, you have, Ivy League, they would have been groomed from day one. They are groomed. They begin to groom them. In the monarch, a child that is going to be made a king is groomed. He has people who are grooming him in the things of, monarchy. And then as a president of America, you're groomed in the things of, in you're vast in every area. I've never heard that a president of America comes out and he has never fought, in the military. You're groomed in every area so that you have a proper understanding. But in Nigeria, they say just school sat. How? How? What are you going to know with just school sat? I beg. We need to wake up and tell ourselves the truth. I beg. We need to tell ourselves the truth. Education is important. Very, very, Mr. Elvis, you're the one saying, I majored in film and media. I did this, I did that, I did that. And because you are conversant with that field, today, if you're called to handle something in that field, you know what to do. You know the areas to explore, to make, to set the future right. So how do you come up to tell me that, you don't need education to, be president? And then somebody comes, and even the one that, you should have, you don't have. We go and we forge and, plunge this. Now we are such, mockery. The other day I heard that, human rights in the UN. Nigeria had just 3 votes, when Malawi had 100 and something thousand votes. Nigeria had just 3. See how we reduce ourselves to, something that, that is worse than a skeleton. I beg, Mr. Elvis. God, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Madam Helen. May God bless you too. Thanks for your wonderful submission. Thanks for all you do. Guys, help us to press on the like button and help us to share. Let me call on Dr. CM. Oga CM, please unmute yourself and speak to us. You're the next on the table. Then we'll come to Mr. Jonathan before Mr. Ike. Oga CM, okay. Good evening to you once again. Yeah. Talk to us. What's your take?
Thank you, Niger Watch. Good evening, everybody. Please, all protocols duly observed. Actually, the interview with Dr. Usman Bugaje, I've watched it. I mean, I've listened to it twice, to be honest, and on a particular night. I think that was 2 nights ago, yesterday night. What the man is saying, like you said, he's saying the truth. You can see embarrassment written all over them. But the funny thing about all this is that, they brought Tinubu because sometimes if you do not understand Nigeria and the game people play or the politicians play or regional ethnic games, you can't know. They deliberately know that Tinubu is incapable. All this forgery they are saying, they know. Why I say they know was, in 2007, when Atiku fell off, had a misunderstanding with Obasanjo, Atiku want to contest. And the PDP, Obasanjo has succeeded in bringing Yaradua, former governor of Katsina State, after 8 years. Atiku said, by right, I'm the VP. I should contest under PDP. But Obasanjo preferred Yaradua because of his problem with Atiku. Now Atiku left. Tinubu sensed a political gain. Remember, they used to be AD since 1999 in the Southwest. But by 2003, Obasanjo promised them that let them vote for him so that he get a second term. Tell the Southwest, vote for me, but retain your AD. I'm not interested in your AD. Be your party, but vote for me as the national. They play it. In the end, Obasanjo rigged the thing using Marius Iwu, the worst election rigging ever, and got a PDP in all the states. So because of that, except Tinubu, so Tinubu and Obasanjo were not seeing eye to eye. So Tinubu quickly saw a political gain and approached Atiku. When he approached Atiku agreed to use AC or ACN, they call it then, to run. So, but Tinubu said he want to be vice to Atiku. Atiku said, no, I don't want Muslim. That was what deepened their enmity. He said, I don't want a, he said, no. He said, I can accept a Christian from the southwest or nobody, but not, what is it called? Not a Muslim. So Tinubu said, okay, if that is the case. So Tinubu now came back and told them to vote for Yaradua. Let them forget about Atiku. The only state Atiku won then was I think either Osun State. So the thing has been there. Now, when Atiku came out again, when they did ACN, he wanted now to contest. Tinubu come, he said he doesn't want it again. So there's a news magazine called The Week. People might not know. THEWEEK. The Week. It was funded by Atiku. The editor then was this Simon Kolawole working for This Day. They wanted to publish because the thing was so bitter. Atiku was so bitter what Tinubu was doing at the background. So they wanted to expose everything about Tinubu. They've done everything. So Tinubu quickly went to Atiku and said, please tell your boys. The week. It's like they've advertised that they want to publish it in a week's time. So Atiku told them to keep quiet. So all these things, the North, all this Bugaje, Osman Bugaje, Kawu Baraje, all those people. This one, by the way, this Dr. Osman Bugaje was the one that said the oil in the Niger Delta, the oil in Bayelsa belong to Jigawa. People should not be talking all this nonsense. The oil in the Niger Delta in Bayelsa, Ijoland, it belongs to Jigawa. That was the man that said it. So sometimes when people are playing all these things, they think some of us, my memory has not calcified, so I know all this. This was the man. Then what they put Tinubu was they never knew this will be like this because their intention was to stop Obi. Igbo man should not rule. So that before you know it, they will now use it to say, okay, they bring in somebody from the northeast, maybe Kashim, who helped them to bring Boko Haram to remove Jonathan. That is the game. So that eventually, that's why the North kept quiet. They don't want to join. If you notice, people carrying this, apart from Atiku that went to Chicago, because Atiku has a personal distance to fight, because he's not too popular in the North. Apart from him, the real North, all those caliphate they're making, they are silent. They just kept quiet to see how this thing will play out between Igbo, Southeast and Southwest, or South and Southwest, all this. So if it happens that Tinubu can cope, they remove him now because they know. Because they are the people that brought it. Have you heard El-Rufai speak? The likes of El-Rufai that was making noise during Jonathan. Have you heard El-Rufai say anything? You won't. So all these things we know is a game. So that when they come out, they say, yes, Tinubu will, we've removed him, we put in Shetima. Maybe Shetima will just say, okay, power return to the North. Just to stop Igbo man from getting out. What he's saying, we know is the truth. Tinubu is incapable. They know. Even what FBI will release, all of them know. A man like this, they all know, but they don't want to say the whole truth. We're just saying sheer incompetence. Tinubu should change his team. You people that brought him, why not help him? Are you telling me that if tomorrow P2B gets in, we won't be making suggestions, say, calibers like this are supposed to be in power? We can say it. It doesn't mean that we are forcing him on him. We might say, now that they've declared P2B winner, we expect that P2B should look for somebody like this to manage. We'll be making suggestions. Have they ever said it? All of them kept quiet. Tinubu was fumbling. They are now looking to say, hey, before you know it, they cash on it. Why? Because Tinubu helped them to cover all the atrocities of Buhari. They came down south. Most southern politicians are aware of what Buhari was. All those rubbish gave them money. But Tinubu placed his resources, TVC, TV Continental, Nations newspaper, and then funding. He funded it. That bullion van was allowed so that he can bring in money. They distributed. So Tinubu, that's why Tinubu said he made Buhari president. And he did. So he said the agreement was, when you go, you have to hand over to me under whatever guise. So that is it. And if they had failed to announce Tinubu, he would have exposed Nigeria. And when he exposed it, they know P2B is coming for an area they didn't expect. So when he comes in, it's not that he's going to favor him, I know Peter, but all those whatever nonsense they are getting, those benefits, those whatever, all those traps they say, P2B won't tolerate it. He will say marry it, everybody go and marry. Oil theft will stop. Even oil block, the people of Niger Delta may even control their resources. So all these things they are saying is just that the guy is disappointed because there is no better person they will use to retain power than Tinubu, a man who has got a lot of negativities, so that when they put in there, they are watching how it's gonna play out. Of course, what he said is right. Listen to it, but because of this type of credit, man, sometimes I've leave the message and check the credibility of the messenger. If it's this type of person that said the oil in Bayelsa belong to Jigawa, he said it. It's on tape. The oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. He was even talking nonsense. People should stop saying all this nonsense that doesn't worth anything. The oil flows from the desert into the sea, and the oil believes in. There's one theory of landmass. He said 70% of Nigerian land is in the north. Therefore, the resources there's. If you just you're Nigeria watch, I mean, people should go and research that film. That video. When I listened to this man, I knew these are the problem. Forget about him trying to say something now. Let him deny that he did not say oil in Jigawa, oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. Then with the gold in Zamfara, does it belong to Akwa Ibom? Or does it belong to Edo State or Delta or Anambra? So these are the type of people that are Confucianists. What he said, of course, we know that Tinubu is incapable. He hadn't said anything different. Some of us know.
It's part of the Augustine, this is one of the things I said. Once it's affecting them, that is when they come out to
exactly. It's true. So that's why when I look at it, of course, if it's another person saying it, one might just say, well, we've won something like a convert. People seeing it the way we see it here on Niger platform. But this is a man that he said the people of Niger Delta should not even talk. That oil belongs to them. Can you imagine the arrogance? And they said nothing happened till today. So when they now come out to start to, they are shaking because they know that their trap of using Tinubu to retain power is shaky. Now everybody is not trying to say, it's a shame, and the people are doing this. The certificate should have been handled. If you give party, APC or any political party, said, screen the certificates of all your candidates before you submit to INEC. No, if you like, go and bring God in heaven. They will tell you that Tinubu certificate was screened. These are the people. Why didn't he criticize INEC? Mahmoud, the one that allegedly accepted money to declare Tinubu. So when I look at people like this, and then that brings me again to the issue of INEC you read out. When you are reading about the letter of those senior INEC staff, you see, they are complaining because he said INEC chairman is awarding contract to benefit only him. So if it has been awarding it to benefit all of you, everybody will keep quiet. Nobody is talking about the criminality of INEC. Look at the election of 2023. Look at the nonsense they did. So all their grievance was welfare. That the man is corrupt, is awarding contracts only to benefit. That's what I listened to it. I saw the sentence, to benefit him. So if Mahmoud has not been awarded contract that all of you are benefiting, so no problem. You would have said INEC is the best INEC chairman we've got. When you know that INEC under his watch in fact, threw Nigeria into confusion. If not because of that man, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I think that keys into this your quotation. The crime, the criminality or the evil you celebrate today may come in future to harm you, and that is what is happening. So Kawu Baraje, what is the name? Osman Bugaje. This is a trained person, although he went to he studied PhD in Islamic history in Sudan. These are the type of people. When a man like, let's leave Tinubu, when a man like this is saying on national TV that the oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa, what is he trying to? What does he? So people in Bayelsa are not human beings. I'm not from Bayelsa State, but this is the man. That is the oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. I think that's maybe he comes from Jigawa State. So he's not trying to tell them that forget about that oil. He knows where the oil is. He knows the state where the oil is inside. But he said that state do not own it. The people that own it are the people somewhere in Jigawa State. And what if it's an Igbo man that said this? What if it's an Igbo man that said the oil in Jigawa, oil in Bayelsa belongs to Anambra? People will say, you see, or he said the gold in Zamfara belongs to Enugu State or Imo State. They will say, you see it? You see what we are telling you? You see why we fought the civil war? You see it? Now, how can somebody gold be in Zamfara? And you are telling me it belongs to Abia State? People will say, you see it? That's why you had owners. But look at the man who said it. Now, today is coming to come and do hand like this, analyzing this. Well, I know them. You can't fool me. What he said, we know. Even if without him saying it, all of us here, we all know, we all are aware what is going on. In fact, we even know, we are even ahead of him, going by what he's saying, unless he doesn't want to say the whole truth. But who are you? What if they ask him, do you still regret saying that this is, have you corrected it? The oil in oil will be in Bayelsa, degradation in Bayelsa, environmental problem in Bayelsa. They will pollute their water, they will drink. But the oil belongs to you. And that is one Nigeria. When people talk, say, oh, Nigeria, we shouldn't break. Nigeria is one Nigeria. We are indivisible. We are in this. That is the nonsense we are hearing. So to me, I think sometimes when this type of thing is good for this type of thing to happen, I wish my wife's voice will go far. Let him hear it and know that the people he's speaking to, we are not fools. He's coming out now to come and blame Tinubu. If care is not taken, these are the people that ganged up to come and impose Tinubu on Nigeria. These are the people, because ordinarily the Southerners know that APC is not going anywhere. We all are aware that APC messed up the country. So after 8 years of Buhari and nepotism, now he's still telling you that every appointment is Southwest. I mean, yes, which is true, and I don't like it. But you people started it during Buhari's time. You people, this is what you planted. Their aim is to use Kazim Shettima to replace Tinubu. Then that we see them and coming to say Nigeria should know we have to move forward. They will come up. No, all this nonsense, it won't work. It won't work anymore. So Dr. Usman Bugaje, we know your likes. You are not going to fool us. You can fool those you want to fool, not people like me, because I know your antecedent. I've known what you said. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. For you to stand up and then condemn the people of Bayelsa that their God-given resource does not belong to them. It belongs to a desert in Jigawa. Where does that happen? Okay, the oil they discovered in Gombe, does it belong to Oyo State or does it belong to Ogun State? Can you say that the oil in Gombe, they've discovered crude oil there, does it belong to one type of Enugu State? So these are some of the things that are really the fun. That's why when we come here, I want people to listen to our analysis. It's not enough. We don't go by headline. If you go by headline, you'll get deceived. People should be able to let you know why certain things are happening. They are afraid in the north because the Tinubu they put in, one, he's even messing up. Secondly, they never knew that this certificate issue will come up the way it's coming up. And they thought that Obi is a person they can brush aside, maybe use money to settle him or something like that. And most importantly, Obi is so clean that if you dig into his past, he will come out cleaner. So there's nothing you are going to do to him. He's so clean, not even a shishi. You can pin on him. Not even a debt, not even the tiniest of it. You can pin on Obi because he's so clean. That is what baffled them, and everybody is aggregating towards them. Now look at the other man, Babachiri Lawal, who came out to come and speak and they stood his ground. He's from the north. He is the real antithesis of these people. He came out to say Obi won. Imagine since all these things are happening, everybody just saying INEC, go Supreme Court. So you see, we know the truth, but they don't want to say it. They feel that they want to hold Nigeria hostage. It cannot work.
Is it today that Babache Lawal good? I mean, greetings to everybody. Protocol duly observed. Is it today that Babache know that Peter Obi won the election?
No, but then maybe he felt they want to take his pound of flesh on certain things. Everybody knows, but something is playing out. If you notice, all these things is like being a Southern affair since when this thing happened, even before the tribunal gave their kangaroo judgment. They know. But now, for this man these are the Arewa consultative.
Yeah, because they are also feeling the heat.
That
They
is
are
the thing.
they are feeling the renewed shaking.
Exactly. The rating is not working the way they planned out. They planned out. Now it's coming to tell us. Even if you want to hand over to Yoruba, can't you go and look for a nice person? If they really mean it. There are people you look, they just brought this point. They think that when they put in there, before you know it, they will use one thing or the other. Maybe hit the health problem. If the health problem didn't work, this type of thing. But they never knew it will balloon like this, and then the economy will just crumble the way it is. Look, I think I've stopped taking a betting that the dollar will exchange for 2,000 naira before the end of the year. I've stopped taking a betting. I don't want to bet with it because I will win. $1 to 2,000 naira by December 25th. It will happen. Even before then,
December is too far. December is too far.
So what are we talking? Maybe a pound will be heading towards 3,000 by December 31st. So what really are we talking? That is the mess Nigeria is now. He's now talking because it's affecting them. Now people are talking. Do you know even the INEC? What they are doing in INEC is just to say, even Mahmoud will just say he resign. They are covering their faces. They've done the job, but they don't know how to go. So they're not using it the word contract. If it's a warden contract, let them go and investigate the contract. It's not for you to tell him to resign. It's not. If they let them go and investigate the contract, but they're using it. Oh, he awards contract that benefits him. It's only, it doesn't organize staff welfare. Which kind of staff welfare? What nonsense. He was put there to rig Tinubu in, and they did it perfectly well, thinking that we wouldn't know. In the end, it's now haunting them, and everybody is just talking of this. Why is it that the economy is crumbling? So please, Niger Watch, I think this type of news, that is the perspective we bring here. We don't just read the headline, what people must have seen. We have to think tell them what they must have not thought, so that the thing will balance. You know exactly where they're heading to. What they should have asked Bugaje was, does the oil in Jigawa now, oil in Bayelsa, does it still belong to Jigawa State? Let him answer. And this is a type of people you listen to. He's calling for consensus. Which consensus are you calling? Which consensus? He said if it is him, it won't happen, he will do it. These are the real enemies of the country. People like this, these are the real people. Why the North is underdeveloped? You can't give them education. You leave Almajiri. You use them to rig an election. Unleash them on the people. Promise them. Maybe if somebody talks now, he said the oil we have in Niger Delta. How can you be okay? In fact, maybe just one moment. There's this thing. Let me leave on this clincher. There's this thing that came out. Is it from I don't know? Is it the Bureau of Statistics in Nigeria that brings it? Do you know that Bayelsa is competing with Sokoto State as the poorest state in Nigeria? Can anybody believe that? Bayelsa, if you see this thing, Bayelsa was competing. Ebonyi State, because of economic management, is one of the top 5. Ebonyi, Anambra, Rivers, and Lagos, and I think Ogun State. They are the top 5. Or is it Kaduna? Maybe, I think, something like that. Anambra is among them. Bayelsa is towards the last. Bayelsa and Sokoto are competing. But Bayelsa has crude oil. Bayelsa has crude oil. Ebonyi has no crude oil. That is, people from Niger Delta should think. They should reason. Bayelsa is among the poorest states in Nigeria. Yet everywhere is crude oil in Bayelsa. Oil theft. Where is it happening? Somewhere around Bayelsa Coast. Yenegoa, they steal the oil. Who are those stealing it? Those in power. Who owns the oil well? Those in the north. In fact, I'm looking for a biography of Pa Edwin Clark. I will soon get it. The man said it's only Lulu Briggs. He mentioned the name Lulu. Chief Lulu Briggs, maybe from Rivers, I don't know. He said he is the only person having oil well in the whole of those delta. He said the rest belong to the north. Imagine somebody putting it down in his biography. You know what? That's why he called the biography brutally frank. Frank means honest. He said brutally. He doesn't care. At the age of 95, 96, he's not afraid to die. So that's what we are saying. Now, look at where Bayelsa is. I want people to think, how can Bayelsa be towards the poorest? Look at where Bayelsa is. Yet, some states that are even in the desert, that are landlocked or whatever, like Ebonyi, are doing better. Why? Does it mean that the money from Bayelsa is taken by Ebonyi State? No. But you go to Kaduna, you see everything. So I want people to reason. Forget about we are doing one Nigeria, because if you do not understand the political makeup of Nigeria, you can be discussing in vain. You may not know what to say. But if you understand these undercurrents, you know exactly where Nigeria is headed. These are the real enemies of Nigeria. But let me yield here for others to contribute. Thank you. I don't give a damn. Niger Watch. Okay, maybe okay. let me moderate. Give okay. Who should be next? Is it Ike or give us a mandate or Jonathan? Who came before each other? Do you know? Hello.
Well, what I was going to thank you very much, Dr. Sian. What I was going to say earlier is that man calling for consensus just basically tell you that these are the killers of our state. They are the one destroying that country.
Yes.
Now, this man went on Channels TV, right, with Sheon, and he said some brilliant things about this apparition in Astor Rock. But where were they when all of this nonsense, there's their consensus saying that they have ceded the presidency to the to the south, and they have decided to now go to the southwest. When you have somebody with head, somebody with brain, functioning brain from southeast, the man that does not have any spot or ink when it comes to politics in Nigeria. In fact, this election for this 2023 and just shows how Nigeria is. We are now debating between good and evil. When it's glaring that you have somebody with correct head.
Sorry, guys, I'm back now.
Okay, thank you.
Give us a mandate. Thank you for always taking over whenever this happens. Thank you, Augustine, for your wonderful submission. I know when you finished, but I could not respond to anything at all. I was just
okay. Having meat. Yeah, okay, sort of you. Something there your mouth, Abi. No problem.
No. These guys attacked me again.
Hey,
Yes,
really?
yes. That's why I could not do anything at all. So this is what happened every blessed day. So but meanwhile, let's move on. Let me call on Mr. Jonathan Kingsley. Mr. Jonathan Kingsley, thank you very much for your patience, sir. Please, I would like you to talk to us before going to Mr. Ike.
Okay. Thank you.
Evening to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to everyone. Thanks for that, submission by Dr. CM. And that was you just eat it. You eat it where at the head. And you said it the way it is. I hope that they are hearing. Yeah, somewhere they are hearing at least for one. They will know that Nigerians are not fools. It is all Nigerians, not all Nigerians are fools. They are banking on those over 100 million Nigerians. That first of all, they don't even have access to information, and their agenda is to misdirect and misalign their thought, their brain. That is it. So, but at least for them to know that whatever agenda they have is not working. I will start by saying, it was this one former British Prime Minister that said Nigeria is fantastically corrupt. See, I want to kind of move away from that, because that word fantastic connotes something good. When you say something is fantastic, you are blending good. You say corrupt, fantastic. It's like you are blending good and evil. You are blending it together. Sometimes it could get people kind of misorientated. They may not even get it. Nigeria is not fantastically corrupt. Nigeria is satanically and brutally corrupt. Take fantastic is a fine word. The English word of fantastic, anytime you use that word, it connotes something good. No, that country is not fantastically corrupt. It's brutally corrupt, because when the lives of people does not matter, that's cruel, that's brutal. On top of it, now to put corruption on top of it. So that is what that's what Nigeria is. Because when a country is satanically corrupt, nepotism will be the order of the day. Nepotism is just like they don't even see it, and people will now come out and be talking because it does not suit them. Where was the likes of this Usman Buraji, during the 8 years of Buhari? Tell me what Tinubu is doing now that Buhari did not do.
Exactly.
Absolutely none. Tinubu is just taking it. I don't even think Tinubu have even done 10% of what Buhari did, nepotism-wise. In terms of nepotism, Tinubu have not. He has just started. Give him the if the Supreme Court, if they dare mess up and get this man to return, the likes of Usman and all of them there, they have just started. Tinubu have not even done anything at all so far. It is simply because they are not getting the positions, they are not getting the appointment. Now they have to come out and be ranting all over the place, using the platform, the public platform, as I said earlier, to misalign, to misdirect Nigerians. And unfortunately, Nigeria have this thing they call, Stockholm syndrome. We forget so easily. We forget so easily, so fast. Tinubu came to, he came in May 29th, barely 6 months ago. Look at the rate of naira to dollar when Tinubu came in, and look at the rate now. Most Nigerians have even forgotten that. Look, they have forgotten. They thought maybe the rate of naira now was what it was even a year ago. That's how forgetful they can be. That's how they can easily forget. That's why the system is so bad, right under our nose, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse every day. There is nothing. I said it earlier. Everything that comes out of them, everything, each and every one of them, they are all lies. They are all lies. Nigerians can't even wrap their heads around this. These people they just come out every day and lie. What does it take to put the right policies in place for education? What does it take to put the right policies in place for healthcare? What does it take to put the right policies policies in place for electricity? They use this word power, use it to confuse Nigeria. Call it what it is. It's electricity, it's light. What does it take to get light? They know how to use this big grammar, as if when they come out and they use those big grammar, they are talking to non-entities. As if even most of us are not even, when the chips are down, you put it on the table, we're even more qualified than them. And they will come out and be throwing this grammar. They continue using this power. What is power? Call it what? I've not seen anywhere in the Western world where they will call electricity power. I've not seen it. Maybe at least where I live here in North America, I don't see them calling it power. It's electricity. Let the people know. Let the poor man, let the illiterate woman, let them know what it is. It is electricity. It is light. And they will call it power. What does it take? Is it a rocket science? You don't need to be, it doesn't take rocket, it's not rocket science to get electricity. How much does it take to get hospitals fixed? How much? Giving House Rep members, senators and House Rep, giving them almost 200 million naira to buy. You don't even need that to equip a primary school, for crying out loud. Do you know how many primary schools you will bring up to standard with 200 million naira? One example, when I first came to North America, I was living in Canada, and then my kids were back then, almost about 15 years, 15, close to 20 years ago, my kids were in elementary school. And then I joined this group. They have this group, like what we call the Nigeria Parents Teachers Association. They give them a lot of power. And I joined.
I was surprised because those are the people that would design the budget. That's the parents teacher, they design the budget, what the budget is going to be before they give it to the board. And I was surprised when we are putting this budget together. I was surprised that the money they are mentioning, $20,000, $15,000, in some cases $7,000, those money were so little to me. But what they achieved with those money, I remember when they wanted to do the sports center, they want to renovate the sports center. The money was less than $20,000 because the job was done. There was no kickbacks. Contracts were not inflated. I was surprised. And when they finished the job, it was during close to the end of the school year. They did the job during the summer. When we came back in September and I saw the work, I stay on that place. I say, oh my God, I was thinking that they will be talking of maybe $500,000. I was thinking this thing would, if it were to be in my country, in Nigeria, that thing they will be talking of billions of naira. That facility is still there today. They spent less than $20,000 because contracts were not inflated. Nobody received kickbacks. It was the exact amount that they spent on it. So how much does it take to fix a primary school, for crying out loud? You don't even need 20 million naira if you want to be true to yourself. How much? And they are doing all these things as if it's rocket science. $1 billion will fix the entire primary school in a state. If you take kickbacks and you take, inflating, the budget, awarding fictitious contracts that are not there. If you really do it the way it is, $1 billion naira will fix the entire primary school in a state in Nigeria. I can say that. If you have spent money on, building stuff in Nigeria, you will know what I'm talking about. In fact, if you use direct labor, no, you are not inflating the contract. You are just awarding the contract to the people that will get it done. You even create jobs. You don't need to take the contract to Julius Berger. There are people all over the state that have their businesses. One-man business. Give them the contract. They will deliver. They can't do that. What does it take to fix primary schools? What does it take for primary schools to have, secondary school to have labs? They won't do it because all of them have invested in private schools. So they want the public school to die. What does it take to have just a standard hospital? How much do you need, for crying out loud, to build a standard hospital in a local government? You can Google it now. What does it take to build 100 bed hospitals in United States? It's not up to $150 million. It's not even up to $150 million. And that is the money they distributed. They have spent 10 times, if not 50 times of that in the last 6 months on nothing, on bribing people. What are we talking about? These people have no clue. As long as there is still crude oil to be lifted, as long as they still have crude oil to lift, these people will do nothing. That's just all they care about. How much does it take to fix housing, for crying out loud? Peter Obi was talking about the former Minister of Information, the lie man, when he went to Washington to go and after the election, talking rubbish over there. Peter Obi said that money that he used to buy business class ticket and stay in hotel, that he could have used that money to build few blocks of schools in his local government or in his village. How much does it take to give people proper housing, to have housing in each local government? They will be saying it as if it is rocket science. In fact, put a bunch of high school leavers, put them together, they will manage Nigeria. Put them together, they will manage that country. And these people will come, they will say that with appointment, mediocrity has replaced excellence. Appoint people mediocres all over the place. With all the certificates that they have no clue. Because they are appointed there through corruption. Their paymaster is there. They cannot deliver. They can't do anything. It's just that is the state that we find ourselves in Nigeria now. And to now worsen the whole thing. The hope that we have in the political system, which is a strong and vibrant opposition, is non-existent. We don't have an opposition. Nothing, zero. All these things that this man, Usman, whatever I call himself, where he come now. What I know is selfish, even though most of the things he stated are obvious facts, but for the motivation behind it for me, is selfish. Simply selfish. If we have a vibrant opposition, these are the role of the opposition. These are the things they're supposed to be mentioning every day. What is called a vibrant opposition? It is your job. It's a daily thing. In fact, you are looking for the government to make a mistake. Your job is cut out for you. You are just looking for it every day. You have your media set up. You are in front of the camera. A week cannot go. You have something. They are not doing anything. They are doing nothing. That's where we are in Nigeria now. Yakubu, the INEC people coming out, talking about Yakubu, this and this. I just, again, we all know that Nigerians, we always do things when it affects them. They will come out and they will want all hell to break loose for them when it comes to them. They want people to die for them, interview for them alone. But when it is for the country, they are silent. Who are these staff they are talking about? All they can say about Yakubu is what he's doing that is affecting them. Not about what Yakubu has done that affects the entire nation, the entire Nigerian people. Nothing about that. It is only just for them. And that is Nigeria for you. That is where we are. When it affects them, they will come out. And when they come out, they will use their position. They will use their political power and their platform to come and misalign and misdirect Nigerians. Thinking that Nigerians will be thinking that they are for them. They are fighting for them. We have them all over the place. We have them in the system, in the political system. We have them in the legal system. They are all there all over the place because we've seen SAN. We've seen them, all of them, lawyers, respected lawyers. We know their position as far as the forgery is concerned. Because it's not affecting them now. They will just not say it until it affects them. Then they will want everybody to die, all air to break loose for them. Appointment is not benefiting them now. It's not to their advantage now. They're not coming out now shouting. Telling Nigerians that it is not right. Even though it is not right. What is the motive behind the position that you took now? What's the position behind it? It's simply because it's not in your favor. You are not coming out in favor of Nigeria. Because if you are actually coming out in favor, you will be consistent. You will have been consistent. People will have seen it over the past months. Your position, so that when you come out now, you will be credible. You will be credible and people will listen. But that's not the case. And this is the primary reason why our institutions are weak. We have weak institutions in Nigeria. Why they will be appointing someone who is just a new graduate, somebody who just finished his NYSC, for crying out loud, to be the chairman of a federal agency. Where does that come from? That is why the institutions are so weak. They can't stand. So that is where we are in Nigeria now. And we have the finest opportunity to put the right man here to set things straight in Nigeria. and they are jettisoning it. I'll leave it at there right now, Mr. Elvis. I hope to come back. Thanks very much. I really appreciate the time. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you so much for your passionate submission. Always. I just wish we all can somehow, by God's grace, sit here, talk like this, and smile and talk about the journey and all that, because it's not looking good at all. It's not looking good. It's worse right now. Even we that lives in abroad, even though we know it's not looking good, but we cannot really see it properly like the people that is right there now. If you see the rate where these people take the complain, it's not looking good. And and the funny part of it is that none of them is on the streets. They complain to me, complain to you, like saying I will be the federal government of Nigeria. Voila. All right. Mr. Ike, thank you very much, sir. It's good to have you on the show. It's been a while. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us.
My brother Elvis, God bless you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for keep the light burning.
Thank you, sir.
With all the members of the panel that are always there, CM, give us a mandate, Omoye, Sister Rita, Sister Eileen, and all the rest people that are always here present. Even though I'm not here present, I think I'm always with the panel, I listen what is going on, and I'm not really absent. I might be absent physically, but I'm always with the panel following. So God bless you, and bless all the people in the panel that are here every day, speaking for a better way for our country called Nigeria. So let me say about the INEC workers and Mahmoud. The money they collected to rig the election, is it finished? I don't think it was only Mahmoud who was given the money. Were they not part of the people who collected the money for, to rig the election for Badoma, So why are they not coming out to tell us? What are they trying to let us to know? They collected money, I think. So if the money shouldn't have finished by now, am I correct? The money is supposed to still be.
The money didn't go around.
They say Mahmoud not give them the money. Now so that they talk now. They say now let him collect the money.
They should go to his house and hold him hostage with his family. Why are they telling us? I think that the thunder will not get control will fire all of them, because they are not like my brother said, the last speaker, Jonathan and CM said, we are not fools. Nigerians are wise now. So we know the truth. We follow the news. We know what is going on. They cannot bulldoze us into believing their nonsense. So, let thunder fire all of them. The election is not over yet. So they shouldn't be complaining for us. We still have election. The one they did in February and the one they're going to do in November. So the election is not over. So they should not be complaining to us, because we are not ready and we're not interested to hear. Because the thunder that is going to fire Mahmoud is going to fire all of them. There is no exception. Because every seed you sow is what you are going to reap. The evil that men do lives with them. You are not going to run away from it. If you speak from now till tomorrow, we know that the consequences of your action is coming. The price you are going to pay heavily. Nigeria is happening to everybody, all of them, not me, not you, like Brother Elvis was saying when he was making commentary. Most of us are living happily. I am living happily where I'm living. I have nothing. If I decide that I don't go to Nigeria till I go to the grave, I have absolutely nothing to lose, and I have nothing to gain. So it's for them. So for them to say, we that are outside should light the fire. Why am I going to light the fire for you? You are very close to the pot. The pot is close to you. You put the firewood. The firewood is there. The light is there. The kerosene is there. You are waiting for somebody who is about a million miles away to light the fire for you before you can say it is enough. How is it possible? You are scrambling for 25,000 in Nigeria, why a bag of rice is 60,000? What is 25,000 naira going to do for you and your family? A family of 2, a family of 5. You know, and you are struggling for what did they call it? Is it non-cash transfer of 25,000 naira? Why a bag of rice is 60,000 naira? And even the transport that are going to use to go to the market to go and buy the bag of rice, how much is going to remain out of your 25,000 naira? What is your 25,000 going to do with your family? You know, so for anybody in Nigeria, what we are doing here, we are playing our part, and we have never stopped playing our part. This platform has done more than enough for Nigerians to stand, for Nigerians to rise up and say, I am taking back my country. What way do they want us to do for them? To come and carry flag for them in Nigeria, or or to lead the march? You know? So listen, what is going on in Nigeria, the calamity that is in Nigeria, the hunger that is in Nigeria, the deprivation that is in Nigeria, the insecurity that, you know, the collapse of every system in Nigeria. Nobody is free from the collapse of the system. But look at every day for almost 1 year, almost going to 2 years, you are here every day. Like as you used to say, you can use your platform for something else. Nigeria that you are talking about every day, you have nothing to lose or gain in Nigeria today. But you decided to abandon every other opportunities that you can use your platform to get. You decided to dedicate it for a better Nigeria. And the people that we are joining you in this platform and other platform fighting for a better Nigeria for them, they are relaxing. They are sitting in their houses and waiting for me to fly back to Nigeria, to stand at the square, to lead the march. Then they will know that, yes, the people in diaspora are doing a lot. We have given them the tools. We have given them the power. We have given them the instrument. It is for them to use it, because they are the people that are in Nigeria. They are the people that do not have money for transportation. They are the people who cannot feed their family. They are the people who cannot go to school. They are the people who are not employed. They are the people who doesn't have electricity. They are the people who have no security. They are the people that are being kidnapped every day. They are not kidnapping me. Nobody is going to kidnap me here. Nobody is going to kidnap you where you are in London or in America. Nobody is kidnapping nobody. Electricity goes off here. We have a little storm this afternoon. Immediately, I saw a message on my phone right now that the light might go off, you know, for 5, 10, 15 minutes in some areas. This is a country. This is how life is supposed to be. So what else are we going to do for you? Because we love Nigeria, that every month we send money to Nigeria. So because of that money we are sending to Nigeria, you now feel that it is our responsibility for you to take your rightful place in the Committee of Nations as a Nigerian. Because you get something from your friends, you get something from your classmate, you get something from your neighbor, you get something from your family, and you feel it is okay. For how long shall you continue to depend on the money that we that are outside here are giving you to keep your families and your friends, you know, going? Where you see what these politicians are doing, destroying the country before you. Look at what Labour Party members in the National Assembly are saying. I was reading a place today why some of the members of Labour Party are saying that they're not going to listen to the chairman, that they're going to collect the money. Is it the same people who rode on the back of Mr. Peter Obi to go to the National Assembly that we think that they are the younger generations of today who could be able to stand against this criminality that has taken place in Nigeria for so many years? Like my brother Jonathan was talking about opposition. No, there is no opposition in the National Assembly. A National Assembly that is being led by Ababio. What are you going? Which opposition? They have silenced everybody from PDP to whosoever. I am shocked to hear that members of Labour Party are saying that they are going to collect this money. These are the people that we sacrifice everything. These are the people that we campaign for. These are the people we paid money, we make t-shirts, we make banners, we give transport, we tell them go and register, we tell them go and cast vote. At the end of the day, this is what we are getting from the people that we think that will be the voice that will be speaking, even though you're a minority. But we're not hearing anything from anybody. And the chairman of the party has told you people, reject this money, speak against this money, speak out about this money. And some of you are saying you are going to collect this money. You want to collect the same money. The governor of Abia State said that I'm not going to receive my salary for 4 years. He's a member of Labour Party. Is he not enough example? Is he not enough sacrifice that you people should know that this new Nigeria we're talking about is you people that are in the National Assembly? If you are speaking and nobody is listening, I'm telling you that people are listening. Nigerians will be listening to you. But rather, no. All of you are keeping quiet. When they ask you, you say, oh, no, we just came. We are trying to study the environment of the National Assembly because we are new to this place. We don't know what is going on here. For how long shall we continue to listen to that? Oh, you want to know the environment of the National Assembly, but you want to collect the money that is coming from the same environment where you say you don't know anything about. You are trying to study. You are not studying about the money. In the present day Nigeria, you want to use about 100 and something million to buy a car that you are going to ride on Nigerian road where there is no road in Nigeria. What is happening? What is happening to Nigerians? What is happening to people? What is really happening to Nigerians? That your lawmakers in the National Assembly, in the State Assembly, nobody is calling them out. Nobody is holding them when they come home to select. When they're on the break, when they come home to their villages, you go and block his gate from entering his house. Give us account of what you are doing for us at the National Assembly. No, but you are waiting for people that are in diaspora to come and go and stand at the gate of your House member or National Assembly representative in the National Assembly. This is the country we find ourselves. Even Yoruba left YPP, why? Because whenever you join APC, your sins are forgiven. 350-something billion that has been on his neck. He joined APC. And tomorrow, these are the same people who will come and tell you that they are fighting for a better Nigeria. Oh my goodness, God. What is going on? The carryover of the NSAS was the culmination of what happened in February. The Nigerian youth came out in the month of February. It was out of the anger of NSAS. And at the end of it all, Mahmoud and his people denied the Nigerians the man, the voice that the world have accepted to lead them. And today, those people who rode on the back of this man, who were supposed to be giving us hope, who were supposed to be encouraging us that are outside, that okay, if nothing else, at least they are fighting, they are talking, they are defending the people that elected them. But no, everybody is scrambling for Nigerian currency. Everybody is scrambling for Nigerian wealth. The wealth is finished. So I don't really understand what Nigerians want. I don't know what Nigerians even want for themselves. I don't know what actually Nigerians are seeking for and who is going to go get it for them. At the end of the day, when you give them 10,000 now, they say, hey, forget these politicians. After drinking pepper soup and he's here with a bottle of beer, 10,000 vanishes. Tomorrow, you're yelling up, you're looking up where the money is going to come tomorrow. Why you have the opportunity to say enough is enough? What do you want us to do? What do you want Nigerians that are living outside to do anymore? We have done so much. Each and every one of us have sacrificed so much and still sacrificing even as we are speaking right now. But look at the people. Look at the people who are doing those things. Nobody is making any move. Nobody is telling you that. Listen, I am going to take the bull by the horn. What is different from the killing that is going on in Israel and the Palestinians? Has Nigerians Nigerians have not been killed enough. We have even been killed so much, more than what is happening in Israel and Palestine. What is remaining of a country called Nigeria? Do we have a country? We don't have a country. Look at the 5 judges that are going to sit at the Supreme Court. It is one-sided people. Nigeria is a country of a diverse nation, of diverse people. Does it mean that other tribes of Nigeria, other tribes in Nigeria doesn't have members who can become members of the Supreme Court? What are we talking? What are we talking about? Does it mean that these are the people who are more learned to become Chief Justice at the Supreme Court? What happened to other tribes of Nigeria? One of the judges, the son is one of the APC lawyers. The son is in the House of Assembly. Why didn't she recuse herself from this panel? I heard the other one is going to retire by the 27th of, is it October or November? Which kind of a country are we living? Somebody that is already to be retired, that in a country where there is law and order for more than 1 year, he's not supposed to be doing anything anymore. He should be rounding up at his table of leaving the office. But he's going to be part of the people that are going to judge this case from Monday. What kind of a country are we living in? Nobody is saying anything. My brother, listen. What is going on in this country called Nigeria? I can't understand. I can't even understand that. Because I was looking at the names of these judges and I was asking myself, what is actually wrong with this country? We only talk about one Nigeria when it comes to the oil of Nigeria. But when it comes to political power, one side can hold it. And the other people will go. The other people will go home. They don't want to be. They don't want to lead Nigeria. But when it comes to the oil, oh, we are one Nigeria. This man have decided, the illegitimate president, the man that has no credibility, the man that was not elected by Nigerians, the man who stole the mandate of the people, the man who criminally took over Nigeria with his clique of men and women, had decided to turn the government of Nigeria into a family empire. Where the people that followed him when he was governor and senator, they are the people now that are controlling the affairs of Nigeria. It was in this platform when they opened the Asorok clinic. I said, when you go there, all those things, all those equipment that they displayed on that day, it was open. They borrowed it, they hired it. Tomorrow, when you go there, you're not going to see anything in that hospital. Today, you cannot find Panadol in that hospital. The vice president, one of the wives delivered, he went to America to deliver a child. And you have billions of naira spent in Asorok hospital. And nobody is saying anything. I don't know what these judges are going to say. I don't even know what they're going to do, because the composition of the people who are going to sit on this seat, they don't even merit to sit there. This woman, at least, she should have said, listen, I am not going to be part of this. So are you telling me that this is a script that is already written, that we're wasting our time? Nigerians, let me tell you, Nigerians, if you are waiting for Supreme Court before you can be able to do something, that means you are not ready. You are not even prepared. You don't even know what you want. Because like Brother Elvis used to say here, none of us here, I'm not ready to go to Nigeria tomorrow. Even though Brother Elvis used to go, I'm not even ready to go to Nigeria tomorrow. You know, because I don't have anything that will make me to go to Nigeria. You know, my parents are late. My brother and my two of my brothers are married with kids. I don't have anything. I don't have anything in Nigeria to say that I'm going to go to Nigeria to to take risks to go to Nigeria because we don't have a country. So if you are not ready to take your country, if you allow this man, if Nigeria should allow what happened in February 23 to stand, this man will stay there for 8 years. But God forbid that it will ever happen. Because I know there is going to be a shift. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know there is going to be a shift. And something must happen in Nigeria. Something must kill a man. You know, because if he doesn't kill a man, there is no how you can go to heaven if you don't die. If everybody is crying to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die, then my question to Nigerians is, how do you go to heaven? If you don't die, have you seen the person who went to heaven and come back and tell you how the heaven is? You must die before you go to heaven or before you go to hell. Right now, Nigerians are in hell. Tell me one Nigeria that is not in hell today. Yet, you are waiting for Brother Elvis to come to Nigeria to lead demonstration. Yet, you are waiting for CM to come to Nigeria to lead demonstration. Yet, you are waiting for give us a mandate to come to Nigeria to lead demonstration. Yet, you are waiting for Jonathan. Yet, you are waiting for everybody that have been in panel, in this panel and the other panel around the world, trying to speak, trying to motivate Nigerians to take over their country. That is the only time you think that, yes, we have done enough. My brothers and sisters, we have done enough. We have done enough. If Nigerians decide that they are not going to stand up and say enough is enough, if they not begin to pursue these politicians, begin to tear their clothes on the public, begin to naked them in the street, and begin to pour them sand in the street, I don't know what else do they want us to do. We cannot wait for America. We cannot wait for Britain. Britain is part of the people that put us in this situation. Them and America. We are talking about FBI file. Now, the Agbado man is trying to tell you no, that they shouldn't release it. If you know that there is nothing in that file, why are you fighting for that file not to be released? Goodness God. Brother Elvis, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for, for helping people like us to really get involved in Nigerian affairs, and, if people like you and the platform that engineered people like me to really get involved in Nigerian politics this time around, that I'm still getting involved into it. Because as we are crying about Nigeria, the same thing is happening in Imo State, my state, where I come from. You see what is going on now? INEC yesterday could not stand publicly to declare that Senator Atana Chonu is the Labour Party governorship candidate in Imo State. Why? Because APC are trying to tell the world that there is crisis in Labour Party. There is no crisis, because the man who they want to use as the man who is the real candidate has called a press conference, and he has said as long as the case has finished at the Supreme Court, he is now with Atana Chonu, and they are going to work together to make sure that Hope Uzodinma doesn't come back. But still, INEC do not want to stand and say categorically that it is Atana Chonu is the governorship candidate of Labour Party, because they know with that situation, they want to create a situation whereby people in Imo State will be confused. What are they going to do? Who is the candidate? But P2B was in my senatorial zone, and he have told them, stand with Atana Chonu. So, my brother, I want to thank you for all you do. You have given us hope. You are giving us the strength and the power to, speak out and to share our mind. Everything we share is because we have lineage in Nigeria. We have families, we have friends, we have schoolmates, we have people that we did business together wherever we might have lived in Nigeria. Some of you who went to university, you did your NYSC somewhere, you met people, you met new friends.
Thank you, sir.
Those are the things that is attracting all of us to speak about, to cry for Nigeria. If not, I've been celebrating my marriage anniversary, but here am I crying for a country that I know that have not given me anything. Rather, everything that I've given them, throw it inside the gutters.
Thank you, Mr. Ike. Thank you very much. May God bless you for your submission. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for speaking for us. God bless you. Thank you. All right, love of God is my strength. Thanks for calling in. Hello, love of God is my strength. Go ahead, man. Thank you. Good evening to you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone on the platform and comment section. Good evening. Thank you. Yeah, let me start from where Mr. Ike finished. Mr. Ike is talking about Imo election that is coming up. But this afternoon, I saw it anyway, so I'll put it allegedly. Allegedly, Mr. Uzodima, he has lined the people outside a field, giving them 1,500 and taking their card from them, their voting card from them. So that one is what he was doing this afternoon. It's all over the place anyway. Now, I want to, you see, when the North think that we in the South that we are stupid. We are not stupid. We just look at them when they are playing all this their trick. You see, what is happening now is that they are disappointed. When they saw Mr. Tinubu, they thought that this man was not going to last. This man was playing them trick. He was playing them so that that's why they decided to give him. They were thinking that maybe, allegedly, he will pay. So when he pay now, this one that is there as vice will take over. Now they see that this man, the moment they gave him the presidency, something entered the man's body, no shaking anymore, nothing, everything straight. So they are now confused. That is why he's spinning them. They are not coming out and talking anyhow. That's one. Two, this Usman Bugaje, that guy Bugaje, this man, he was the one that is going around talking about the oil in the south, that in what's this place? Bayelsa belongs to them. And it's the one saying that we have no right to their gold in the north. So now it's paining them now. They are now coming out. No, Buhari did. Yes, I'm not supporting the one that is there because nobody voted for him. It's now paining him because Buhari did worse. Buhari started nepotism in Nigeria. So the North, they have the guts to open their mouth and talk about nepotism when they are the worst. When Buhari was there, they took over everywhere, down to Shell, NNPC, everywhere. Even allegedly, the daughter was even one of the board members in NNPC, and they have the mouth to be complaining. These people, I'm sorry to use this word, what do they call themselves? Are they the owner of this country? We have right to this country, and we have the right to stand as if we are part of it. So I don't know, maybe they've signed the contract and they've given them the right to Nigeria, because I don't understand what is going on. Because every time they come out, they are claiming things. They wanted to do, what's the name, Miss World in Abuja. They cried out that they can't do Miss World in Abuja. Because of what? Is Abuja not a capital? And everybody has right to do. What's going on in this country? Something is happening. We need to know. Because I don't want to go there, but I'll quickly just go there now. Now we hear that they are even asking Nigeria to come out and support a particular side, which I don't want to talk about here. Are we now being written among them? Is Nigeria a secular state where everybody is free to have their own religion? We don't know. Number 3, today on Twitter, a Nigerian girl went to apply for Sweden visa. They refused her. And what did they say? They said we can't give you because about what we had. Or maybe all your documents you brought to us, you took it. It's there. Go on, you will see it. Maybe it came from Oluwole. So because of that, we are sorry. We cannot allow you to enter our country because we know that there's nothing happening in Nigeria now. Everybody wants to run away. So when you go there, we don't know whether the documents are fake. You will not come back. That's one. And Nigerians have not seen anything. Nigerians have not seen anything. They should allow this man to let's just wait. If Nigeria don't do anything, it's going to be worse. So let me tell you, there's a limit to us sending money. When we get to a time, we need to hold our own money. Because if they are expecting us to come and do anything for them, after I've given you money to eat, after I've given you money to do everything, pay your rent, and you say I need to come to Nigeria and fight, what do you call us? Are we fools? So thank you for that. Number one of our brother here, he has said it, so I'm not going to talk about that. One of the judges, I think that woman should just come out and leave that place. She cannot be a member, allegedly, a member of the APC with her son that is in House of Reps and decide to go and say he wants to stand to judge this case for Nigeria. If she does that, she's working against Nigeria. She's not supposed to be there. So she should leave that place and let somebody else take it. And even the old man that is already going to retire this week, to please leave and let them bring other people. All the names on this Supreme Court judges. Where are the other nationality region in Nigeria? Where are other people there? Are they telling us that anybody in the Supreme Court comes from that place? We want to know what is happening. Don't we have intelligent judges from around from the south and west and middle belt and everywhere? Why is it that particularly only one side occupied your place?
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. I don't want to go too much. Thank you. I'm really sorry for talking too much. Sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let me take one more call and come back to the panel again. Guys, please help me to press on the like button. God bless you all. Okay, Mother Joy, I'm trying to call you back. You were calling earlier on. Thank you. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Mother Rita, I can see you right there. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Okay, Mother Joy, thank you very much. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Oh, hello, everyone. Niger Watch family, Obedient Nation, we're all well-meaning Nigerians are here, except a few that with time they will understand what we are pushing and what we are doing here. A whole lot of us here, as it appears, I don't think I have a stake in Nigeria, except that it is my country of birth, and I'm so proud of my village, to be precise. And I want to say this. You see, what is happening is so deep, and I am here to appreciate everyone. People like David Hundain, Mr. Niger Watch, our principal, Mr. Peter Obi, people that are sticking their neck in. It's not like they are saying anything that they at the end of the day they are going to gain. The people that are in this fight are people that have agenda, like Mr. Bashir, the APC secretary, national secretary, as he rightly said. He said they are not a political party and Nigeria is not a country. It's just like a group of criminals, satanists, found a loophole, a vulnerable aspect of these people. And when I mean we are a people. The Igbos, the Hausas, the Yorubas, the TV people, the Ibibios, the Kanuri, the Ijos, all a whole lot of people. A lot of that, we belong to a kingdom before all this quagmire started. We were a people. But when what happened to us, a few of us that are criminals found a loophole. That is just what is going on. Mr. Bashiru, I want you guys to go and listen to the interview he had with channels. And he said it categorically that they are a group with an agenda. The programs and activities, what they set in their representatives to go in, and when they go in, they have just for control, for power, to control the economy, they control the social landscape, everything. All they are out is control. And what is this? What is the agenda? The agenda is feudal government. They started it a long time ago when they gave the Igbos 20 pounds. They thought that they have crippled them to give them a lasting poverty, but those people rose up. When they have taken the oils of the Delta, 75 or 80% are in the hands of these people. They are still controlling it, and the large percentage of their own people are in abject poverty. So what are they using with the oil heads of Nigeria? Why are they siphoning all the money out? The Nigeria coffers is bare, nothing is inside. It's just for that agenda to make this, to bring these people to their knees so that they can control and make decimate and make them beggars and slaves. That's all. And what is this agenda all about? It is all about satanism, and if you can open your eyes and see that is what Satan does. So there is nothing clean about these people. There is nothing human about them. There is nothing. So let us, when we are people, we come here. I'm not here because I want any Nigeria. I'm here to do my own part. I wake up every morning, I ask myself, what is my part? Because I know that this is beyond the hungry people in Nigeria. This is beyond, it is all about humanity. The people that these satanists want to decimate and make, look at the level of decadence. Look at the level of decadence in a country that is so rich. So rich. I came out of Nigeria. If I was in Nigeria, I don't know what could have happened of me. Maybe I wouldn't have been alive. That is how bad, when I remember that, it gives me, I say the energy I have to use it to fight for those that are still inside. Because this is not just about, it's about an agenda, an evil agenda that we all must fight. And hopefully, as we continue to speak, our people in Nigeria, they will begin to understand that there is a battle to fight the soul of that country. I think I rest it here. Thank you, everyone. I hope we're going to one day smile and say we fought a good fight and we're able to rescue the people inside Nigeria. God bless you all.
God bless you too, madam. God bless you. Okay. We're done with callers for now. Let me go back to the panel. Thank you very much, my people, for your patience. Madam Irene's Finest, we can see you right there. Good evening to you. It's good to have you on the show. Thank you, my people. Press on the like button. Let me call on Mr. This is Give Us a Mandate. My brother, good evening to you. Talk to us. Could give us a mandate. You're not there now. I'll go to F. Emmanuel. Oga F. Emmanuel, please talk to us. Good evening to you. Okay, both of you are now available.
Mr. Evix, good afternoon,
okay,
good evening from here. Can you hear me?
Thank you, sir. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much, sir. Talk to us.
Okay, I greet each and every one of you from the panel. Dr. CM, I hail. Mr. Ike, I greet you. And Mr. Give Us a Mandate, in absentia, I greet you too. The protocol observed. Mr. Ike has spoken so well with anger. In fact, I don't even know what to say. I will only just add a little from what he has already said. I think there was a show we had. Was it last week or thereabout that this guy came on board? What was his name? Show. So he was saying something about Tinubu's appointment, skewing towards the West only and all that. So what he said was, I think I'm quoting him now. He said Buhari set the pace. Buhari started it. But I want to say something. If somebody did something wrong, somebody started something wrong negatively, and the person left, and you've been complaining, and eventually the person left, does it not make it right for you to also do the same way, the same route, to repeat the same thing that the person did? Is it not good for you to now do your own thing differently from what the person did before? It's like committing the same error that the first person committed. Two person committing the same error, that does not make it right, isn't it? At least I know the West, the Southeast, the South side will be complaining about Buhari appointment and all that. That has been all littered with Northerners, which is true. But now here comes a Westerner who also is doing the exact thing that Buhari did. At least he would have just done something differently to show that he's patriotic. That is really, really patriotic in Nigeria. Where is the what's it called, the nationality that we claim as Nigerians? If everything is skewed towards the West only, where are the Southeast? Where are the South? Where are the Middle Belt? Where are even the Northern? Where are they? At least let there be federal character in our appointment. Everybody have his own share. Take a little here, a little here, a little there. Let it go round. With all this certificate saga that he is facing, at least he could even unite Nigeria in a way with his appointment. If he's strategic enough, if he's smart enough, the way people allude to him, at least he would have make sure that he carried the entire country along in his appointment by making sure nobody's left, outside the box. That will make people to look at, even with all his certificate saga, even with all his with all his rigging and all that, grab it, snatch it, run with it. He was able to unite people, bringing everybody on the table. But that isn't the case in this point. That isn't the case. So it's like he's doing even worse than even what Buhari did. So I expected him to have done something differently, completely, carrying Nigerians along. But a forger is always a forger. A fake person is always a fake person. So the illegality he came on board with is what is really chasing right now. As long as I'm concerned, Nigeria is not moving forward. Why? Because he's battling his legitimacy. That's what he's battling right now. That is what he's focused on. He has not really done anything. He has not even brought anything that has to do with the renewed hope he promised Nigerians, that he's coming with a renewed hope. Then he now also said he's going to continue from when Buhari stopped. That is two different things entirely. You're coming in with a renewed hope. Buhari came in under the mantra of change. Had he changed everything that has to do with Nigeria from top to bottom. And now, this guy came in with renewed hope. Which hope? The hope that Nigerians has lost Tete that he want to renew. Then on top of that, he want to continue from when Buhari stopped. Hey, is that not complete confusion? That means it doesn't really know what to offer. That is why he just appointing people here and there. As long as I'm concerned, this is Yoruba democracy. This is Yoruba economy. This is Yoruba government. This is not Nigerian government. This is Yoruba, our local. So that is practically what they are doing. And for Nigerians, let me speak to Nigerians now. Nigerians, sincerely, for those of you that are back home, if you don't wake up to do the needful and still allow him to have his way in Supreme Court, well, it's up to you. Anybody that feel that he cannot come out waiting for those that are in diaspora to come and do the needful, well, I will tell you guys, enter house. Just enter house and wait. By the time hunger and starvation hit you, you know what to do. I rest my case for now. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. F. Manuel. May God bless you. Yes, they're going to house. Thank you. All right. I'm not sure. Give us a mandate. You're ready yet? Are you there? If you're ready, please let us know. Okay. All right. I would like us to quickly go to listen to Where Meaning Nigeria, briefly, then we'll take it from here. 1 minute, my people. Please press on the like button while I put this on screen. Let's listen to Where Meaning Nigeria and take it from here. I'm just trying to bring it here. Please bear with me. 1 moment. Let me see how I can do this quickly. 1 moment.
I really don't understand how it's happening. It's mentally draining. It's frustrating. So for real, my heart goes really out for really Nigerians. I'm just going to be very straight and biased and say obedience in Nigeria. Really, I really don't, because I really don't care about. I mean, I've gotten to that point where if you are an APC, if you are an Abado or an APC supporter, or you even did support APC, because me, I've taken it personal now. It's not now. I've taken it personal long ago anyway. As in, if for any reason, I don't think this guy deserves any good thing. Like, these guys are supported. And I mean, even if now you are regretting, you're a big problem, you're a big shame. I mean, Saddam was doing a recap of the election process just now, and it just dawned on me, like, how did we really get here? Like, I know how we get here, but it's like magic. It's like something just happened and we got here. Coming back from NSAS that, the memorial was yesterday, coming to 2022, leading to 2023 election. I mean, I can remember even before the APC primaries, everybody was like, oh, okay, I mean, Tinubu cannot, get this. No, it's not possible here and there. And somehow, the man got the ticket and everybody like, what? But for some good reason, for the very first time, probably throughout the history of Nigeria, we had an opportunity in an election where we didn't need to choose between a lesser evil and, even we had someone that was outrightly out of the typical Nigerian political leadership box. As if we had someone that has run multiple banks, multiple organizations successfully. We had someone that has been through the best of leadership schools, someone that didn't just stay in his house, someone that was going around the country, media houses, talking to people, saying what he was going to do in the greatest of detail, in the simplest of terms. And, you know, like we had like this crystal clear golden opportunity of a lifetime, of a generation. And for some reason, INEC and a couple of very few dimwits decided to topple the desired needs, the yearnings of Nigerians. I mean, you go around Nigeria and you see everybody, literally I've said it here many times, the least you can see when you engage people in Nigeria, and I mean the very least, if you see someone that knew Peter Obi won the election, that knew Peter Obi was the best candidate, most likely voted Peter Obi, but just doesn't really have hope in Nigeria. I think that's the least you see. I mean, you go around Nigeria, you never see anybody. You can never see anybody that actually support. If you want to see anybody close to looking like they're supporting Tinubu and the APC, it's maybe people that just have totally given up on Nigeria, and people that maybe before the election they had bragged and said, "I'm begging Nigeria, nobody not going to win," and now they see that natural feeling of them feeling right to make them want to sound even in the worst of suffering. So for me, it's I just think about it and I'm like, this is not it, and it becomes quite difficult. I think maybe I would have been more relaxed and not disturbed if I knew Nigerians voted this guy. Like if I knew it was a case of maybe Nigerians didn't go out to vote like we normally do, we abandoned on election day, you go and play football and do, like if that's what really happened, I would have just said, we decide what we get now, everybody, stroke. I mean, if you can work for, but that's not what happened. For the very first time, Nigeria was flooded with voters. I mean, go to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's timeline. There's a picture of her in a polling unit that she posted. The people, even how she was overwhelmed by the crowd. Everybody in Nigeria on election day was talking about the massive turnout of Nigeria of voters. So how a couple of few people could do this, and unfortunately, because in Nigeria we are a little bit very what they call it now, short memory thingy, and everybody just easily move on and all that. I mean, it's just looking as if a very few of us here and there are trying to still push. So it's quite unfortunate. It's why I think what triggered my thought on this is really when Saddam said just now that, and it's true. I too remember on Spaces. I can remember. It's just like maybe we cannot go back and start looking for recorded spaces that we had with some of all these Abado in the earlier days of the election, earlier days of the campaign when we still used to have spaces and still try to do the banter part of all this. I remembered one of the key, because I remember this is very fresh in my head. I remember there was a space where one of the Sowari guys asked me as a person and said, "Oh, well meaning, if Peter Obi does not," I forgot what he said, does not declare his asset and all that, will you support it? And I was like, asset declaration before election is not the real thing. If he wins and he doesn't declare, that's when we'll be talking. And there was this question going on, and for some reason, one question I remember we asked, I can't remember the APC guy, was that if Tinubu does not go for any media interview or any debate, are you going to still vote this guy?
I was the one that asked that question to Shino, Adeshino.
Yeah, so
he said, I will be disappointed, but I don't believe he will go for at least one, at least TVC.
That's just it. So I'm just thinking in my head that someone with so much baggage, and let's for a moment assume someone with so much baggage, someone with so much personality crisis, ran an election any other place in the world, any other place in the world, even as bad as Cameroon is. You can't have this much crisis and run for an election. You might run and not win because Paul, this other, tyrant guy would not allow you win. But you can't even dare to do an election, to go and contest for an election with this much baggage. Then to top it, this guy didn't do, even in the rascally nature of Atiku, he still attempted to bring, was it Channels or Arise to his house for them to come and interview him. But Tinubu went through a whole election, didn't do one interview, didn't do a debate, even the most popular one that even Buhari did. Buhari did not do anything, but at least Buhari went to Kaderia Ahmed's interview. Anybody, at least that one was like, okay, even if I don't do anyone, Buhari, as bad as Buhari was, in 2019 as incumbent, where he knew he didn't even need to do anything because he was already incumbent, he had an unfair advantage to win the election. But he still went to Kaderia Ahmed's interview and, made a huge embarrassment of himself and all that. But the point is that he went for that interview, but somehow, we will forget that Tinubu did not even attend. Tinubu did not even go to. And I was just asking myself that how, this guy didn't speak to Nigerians in any. The only thing close to an interview that he did was when he went to the UK, which that doesn't count for anything.
I said the one that even asked him about what is his strategy, he said he won't reveal it now, so that they will steal his ideas.
Man.
The Chatham House, he delegated his answers to other people. Okay.
And we want to be, we really want to be surprised about why our economy is what it is. I said it the last time. It's this is really just the beginning. And people, if you like I said the last time, all you have to do is Google Tinubu tax suspension. Tinubu tax suspension. Me, as I talk to you now, the type of my computer, you go see him. He's everywhere. You will see headline where they say he suspended the tax. The first headline I'm seeing is Vanguard, July 7, 2023. July 7. Tinubu suspend Finance Act. Hot 5% excise tax on. See, you people don't know what's coming. And they started the trick. Between yesterday and today, I think I've seen a couple of headlines where they will say, Nigeria is broke, we are just struggling to pay salaries. I've been here before. Shomole did it in Edo State. That's how they will tell you that, we need, there's no money, we want to do things, but there's no money. So we need to tax, we need to start widening the tax net. And for you know what's happening, of elections going on. So I think sometime in the space, I can't say for sure 100%. We might be having.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I thought we should listen to Women in Nigeria to see other people's perspective, what is currently happening in Nigeria. But meanwhile, let me come back to the panel so that we can give final submission here so we can round up. I appreciate every one of you. I'll go back to Madam Ellen again. Madam Ellen, you started with us. I'd like you to give your final submission on today's broadcast. Thank you very much. We're going to be doing for 5 minutes on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Thank you so very much. Fellow panelists, thank you, people at the comment section. Please keep hitting the like button and share. Okay, Mr. Elvis, there's something that I put on the comment section, chat section.
Over
I
the
think
judges.
3 of the, yes. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's true. 3 of them are, I think the head judge, they said he's supposed to be retiring on the 27th of this month. So he has stepped down. The Helen woman, because of conflict of interest, she has also stepped down, and then another person. So now, the guy that was giving the analysis said we should check something. Now, the moment FBI said they were going to, start releasing information, and I think the first date was, I think they said the end of October. This will quickly, put up the judges, and, the hearing was, slated for 23rd of October. So that before that 31st, and then this man went and filed, this man went and sued the FBI and other bodies, and appealed to them to hold on to this until 31st of October. So does it not send a message that what they want to do is the same thing that they did with CSU, so that by the time all those information is coming up, the Supreme Court would have given their judgment, and of course, every information that probably will come after they will be relevant. I think because from what the man was analyzing, I think that's what they want to achieve. But also, allegedly, the court has also said, because the person that is filing this thing with David has also appealed and said, look, this is the reason we want this thing to be urgently done. So they've given the go-ahead, allegedly though, given the go-ahead for those information to be released. But I don't know how, I still have some sort of mixed feelings concerning this FBI, information that they are going to release, because I don't know, somehow something from my gut tells me that it may not be information that will be that it may just be something that will be sensational but will not make any impact on this government. So Nigerians should not really put all their eggs and put all their minds that FBI is going to do something that will force these people to leave office. So my take is still on Nigerians, to get up and do something. Don't expect anybody to come and do it for you. You have the capacity. You have all that it takes. We have all that it takes. We shouldn't wait for anybody to come and do it for us. We should make that move. Like Mr. Elfis will always say, already what is on ground, you understand, is going to claim a lot of, life. So why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? We should get up and then make a move, because if we don't, I'm not sure that anybody is going to come and do it for us. So, and for the people in diaspora, the only thing that they can do is what they're already doing. And if peradventure they gather in one or two places, like I think I saw information about Canada, in somewhere in Canada, where they want to hold peaceful protests, that's all they can do for us. That's all they can do for us, and support. They're not going to, nobody will come down and join you. We are in millions. And these people I suspect are just, maybe if they're up to 5%, 5% as against 95%. Who will overwhelm who? And for those people that they think that they've gathered and surrounded themselves, that those people will, be the ones to stifle any form of peaceful demonstration, they'll be surprised, because everybody is tired. Everybody is tired. So Nigerian youth should get up. I'm begging you people to get up. Like I was saying the other day, our young girls, stop going to TikTok to bounce your backyard and show off what you should do, because when this thing bubbles and pours forth, it will hit you. It will hit you. Let our young people, for once, let's do something that at least, people will look back and say, we agitated and we got what we wanted. Because nobody is going to give you on a platter of gold. It's not going to happen. Who knows, peradventure, the same people that we are expecting will force these people to leave office. Possibly they have something that they are dangling and saying, with this, if you don't do this for us, we are going to release this. It could just be another way of getting them to play ball, bumper to bumper. Please let us not expect anything better or anything this thing that will help us to come out of where we are right now. Thank you so very much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, Madam Ellen. Thanks for your submission, your time, and your patriotism. Thank you. May God bless you all. I appreciate every one of you, my people. We're coming to the end of this broadcast shortly. Continue to press on the like broadcast. Let me go to press on this particular video, the like, and help us to share. Oga are you there with us? If you're there, give us your final submission, sir.
Okay. Yes, I am. Niger Watch. Yes, today's. Thank you. My final submission. I would like to touch on what I said earlier, just to by way of recap. I know that if all things being equal, I read one tweet by David Hunde regarding this FBI. So I now believe that yes, they are going to release it. But I wonder why. I thought by now things should have been everywhere, or maybe they're waiting till tomorrow. I don't know, but I've been watching out for it, and I will urge everybody, anybody, all the people listening to us, let them watch out for it. There's no gain saying that Nigeria is in their straits now. We know things are bad. Sure, the moment you phone home or somebody calls you from home, you start being if you're somebody like me, maybe it verges from being annoyed to whether you want to cry. The cost of living, the hardship has never been this bad. But then we have the solution. We have everything. The crude oil that should have sold and make some money, some group of people are stealing it and selling it. It's sometimes when you are in difficulty, you cut your cost. Our four refineries are grounded. They do not even refine a drop of crude oil. Yet, people are taking salary. NNPC or NNPL, whatever it is not accountable. You are borrowing money in dollars. When you borrow it from China, you give it to Japan. You want to import car. Innocent at Nnewi is building a car. Anambra State governor is using innocent jeep. It's not that it's bad. You in Abia State governor and some other people, why can't federal government patronize innocent? If at all they will buy a car for everybody. Now you are using about 160 million naira to buy one car, to look after one legislator. Yet minimum wage cannot be paid. Well, the thing is, sometimes when I say this thing, if Nigerians feel that they are unshockable, like late Delegiwa said, say Nigerians are unshockable. If they continue to be unshockable, well, I will say so be it. But to me, it doesn't make sense. A country, what is it that we do not have? Yet we are very poor. Just wickedness, evil, satanic people everywhere. I don't care where they come from. They populate every nook and cranny. Why are Nigerians still waiting? Those at home, why are they still waiting? Why are you still complaining? Now you have every reason to protest. Before you may not have, but now you have every reason. People protest for high cost of living. It's in every country. Even in the West, they do. Not to talk of when you've been disenfranchised. The one they put in charge of at Aso Rock is not supposed to be. Now look at what is happening. Sometimes I wonder why. God cannot come down from heaven and to come and right the wrongs. And the more we look, this is just the beginning. Today is October 21st. In 8 weeks' time, it will be December 21st. What are we doing? Nothing. This a bag of rice, we are saying 60,000. It will get to 80,000. Can we bet it? And yet people are still promising you salary of 50,000 naira. So you see, I don't know when we are going to change. Okay, I understand that there is fuel scarcity. Even at 600 naira per liter, you can't even see it. They say if they remove subsidy, they remove subsidy from 250 or 300 to 600. Yet you have to queue for it. Even if it gets to 1,000 naira a liter, you still have to queue for it. When I never tired to suffer. Well, these things is that where they talk, I'm here. Those of us saying it's not that we are not particularly happy. But not really particularly. Nobody is happy. It's a shame that these things are happening. And upon that, Somebody will come and tell you, hold, just look at every problem through the religious prism. Is he Muslim? Is he Christian? Is he this tribe? Is he the other? What does it matter? Everybody is suffering. What Peter Obito said during the campaign that wherever he goes, say go and show him where they sell bread cheap for the Christians, so that he will go and buy, or where they sell bread cheap for the Muslims, or even petrol. Maybe he forgot to use petrol because he didn't know Agbado will remove subsidy so quick the way he did it. So look at the suffering everywhere, and yet people are still, foot dragging. What do you think you can do by keeping quiet? You can't do anything. Before our very eyes, a car of 160 million imported in the poverty-ravaged Nigeria. Ordinarily, we cannot be. Nigeria should have closed, sealed off border, nothing like automobile. How do you create job? At most, you say innocent becomes our national car. Federal government, that money you are building, carry it and give innocent. All the geographical zones. You buy the thing, say you are buying shares. Go and put cars there and then recruit the local people from that area to work. That is creating job. That is creating job. That is how you create job. All these things I know the plan Obi have, I know. But the thing is, we still have to get up from our backside and do something. We can't continue lamenting now. The hardship is real. The suffering is so much. But what is the way forward? You have to say enough is enough. Niger are dealing with France. Why? They found out that they can't cope anymore. And they are saying it. Nigeria will never tire, will never suffer, will never tire to suffer. Eh? Somebody will still be deceiving you. That is this man, is this. Okay, Tinubu is there for those defending him. Are the Yorubas better off in terms of cost of living in Nigeria today? If you go to Oyimbo or Dugbe Market in Ibadan and you are pricing a bag of rice where they put them in a warehouse 20,000, say you be Yoruba. If Niger man brings 60,000, the man goes say take them. That is just the example. Hey, I be Jebu, but na 20,000 for one bag. He said no. Talk anything he no go give you. But somebody will come from say I be BBO. How much it is? He say pay. Because that is the way it is. That is economics. So why must we still be talking of tribalism, even when we are suffering equally? Well, if Nigerians can rise up now, maybe they had better go to sleep permanently. Thank you and good night.
Ogasim, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your consistency. Thank you for fighting for a better Nigeria. History will remember every one of us for good in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you. Okay, let me go to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, are you there? If you're there, please give us your final 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much, Mr. Iris. Thanks to all the panelists, everyone. I just want to, we've talked, I know it's been mentioned before, but it's just that when you look at Nigeria now, as it stands right now, one thing that, keeps on to amaze me is the level of naivety of Nigeria, of Nigerians. Nigerians are so naive. It is nothing wrong in being naive. You can be naive because of you don't have knowledge, because of ignorance, because of one thing or the other. But to take it to another level, the level of naivety of Nigerians now is incredible. It's unimaginable. It's just unimaginable. How you just ask the simple question, Nigeria now. How will things be turned around in Nigeria? Who can do that for Nigeria? Where will the economy revival come from? How? Just to ask ourselves that obvious, simple question. Where will that economy revival that we are all seeking, that every Nigeria is inside, every Nigeria needs it so desperately? Where will it come from? Is a legitimate question that every Nigerian must ask himself or herself. And if you can give yourself the honest truth, because you can deceive other people. If you deceive yourself, you are just damaging, you are shooting yourself in the foot. So the honest answer to that simple question that every Nigerian must ask, where will that economy revival, where will it come from? Internally or externally? Externally now through foreign investment majorly. But let's take that first internally first. How? Where will it come? Is it from this, what we're seeing right now? This nepotism at its highest level? The mediocres that fill all institutions, the appointment of mediocrity that we have seen, the corruption that is that is at its very highest level. Is that where that economy revival will come from the inside? If you want to give yourself the honest answer, you know it's not from it can't be as it stands right now. It cannot come internally. If you take it further, okay, if it cannot come from the inside, can this economy revival come from the outside? Ask yourself that simple question. From the outside, who now will come to Nigeria and invest in Nigeria as it is right now? Who? Everything you hear about foreign investment from this set of people that occupy political office right now in Nigeria is all lie. It's all lie. It's not going to happen. They are lying. They just say it. I don't want to use any just to romance it with any word or any other, make it difficult to understand. It's a lie. There's no need to analyze it further. Everything that comes out, economic policies, appointments, whatever, is all lie. And if it is not so, you can bet it. Then we can revisit it again in 30 days. And when we can do that again in another 30 days, if what they are saying is not a lie, so that by the end of this year, we can sit down and say, okay, what was said in October, whether everything they are saying is a lie or not, where are we now? It's all lie. It's not going to come. So nobody is going to invest in that country. If any investor come to Nigeria today, they are those that are opportunists. As I said earlier in my earlier submission, the former prime minister said Nigerians are fantastically corrupt. Yes, to those that will come from outside to invest in Nigeria, those are the ones that they are referring to, fantastically corrupt people, because it is good to them. But for those of us in Nigeria, for Nigerians, it is brutal. It's a brutal experience. This corruption is brutal. So so the answer to that obvious question, where will the economy revival come from? It is not in sight right now. That's the obvious answer. It's not in sight. It's not near at all with what we have right now in Nigeria. There has to be a change. Until Nigeria answer this simple question, because everybody now is about what is on the table, how you are going to put food on the table for your family, your survivor. That is the primary question now, and that is tied to the economy. And if you answer that question and you ask yourself that question and you are ready to give yourself that honest answer without deceiving yourself, without tribalism, without nepotism, you just want to answer it right, straightforward, there is nowhere that economy revival is coming right now with this present government. There has to be a change. And that change is right in front of us. It's right in front of us right now. And the judiciary is all we look up to. But even the appointment, I think Mr. Chooks said it. He said it clearly. I mean, he couldn't have said it better enough. The appointment that we saw of the justices of the Supreme Court, this Supreme Court, one of them, the son is the family member, the APC member, is also, that is in the first place. Why would even the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice, why will he in the first place even appoint such a person to be a member of that panel in a normal setting? Because that is conflict of interest in the first place. That name should not have even come up at all. The fact that that came up tells us that we can't get that place is out of it. Because the way I see it, it's payday for them. It's payday time. This is our own time to eat. We are going to, even though it is obvious, you can't do that. If you are for justice, you can't do that. For crying out loud. This justice, this Supreme Court justice, is a family member, is a card carrying member of a political party, that the case is in front of you. You cannot do that, for crying out loud, but you still went ahead and appoint such a person to be a member of the panel. That says it all. It's payday. Everybody have to eat. These people are just corrupt. So nobody can come and tell us that we should expect anything from them. The justice that we know that is going to retire in a few days from now, still a member of the panel. That can't happen. Well, we are here and we are waiting, and then we know that at the end of the day, Nigeria will not be like this. That fact I can say. Nigeria will not be like this. Nigeria will change for the better. That I can say. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to all the panelists, and have a pleasant evening. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ike, thank you, sir. Please, I would like you to give us your final submission. Then we'll take it from there. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you, my brother. My final submission is to the members of Labour Party in the National Assembly, that whatever they are doing right now, we will remember that the blood of that innocent boy who died in Jos because of the rigging of the election will remember. The woman in Lagos that was stabbed on her face and she carried the blood and went to vote, we will remember. The Labour Party flag boy who has suffered humiliation everywhere, we will remember. So many people who has paid one price or the other for a better Nigeria, their blood and the sacrifices and the price that they have paid, we will remember. If you think now that you are now in the National Assembly, you have achieved all you want, it is for you to go and grab your own share and walk away. We will remember. Politics, it has not finished. It's the beginning of your political career. But this would know that most of you, 90% of you, this place you are now will be the end of your political career, unless you begin to prove to us that now you want to make a change. Then we will see practical changes and it become a practical opposition to what is going on in Nigeria. Otherwise, we are going to remember. A day shall come, and we remember for all of you. And for the justices of the Supreme Court, I was just looking at the names. I was just looking at the names of the people that are going to, handle this case of Peter Obi, Atiku, and APA. Adamu Juro, Helene Emu Oguwumiju, also, I.N. Salawa, Emmanuel Ajin, Lawal Garuba, Tijani Abubakar, and Wanu Musa Abaji. Everybody from the north. We have no justices who are qualified to be Supreme Court judges from the south. We are watching. It's next week, Monday. We will see where Nigeria is going to be after the submission, after the announcement of their decisions. But Nigerians, remember, your destiny is in your hand. We have done what we can do. We are never tired. We are not giving up. But you have to do something. You have to take the bull by the horn. And also, I'm appealing to the people of Igbo State, those that are giving their voters card for 1,500. We're talking about a bag of rice is 60,000. And some people are giving their voters card for 1,500. This is to tell you the shallow mindedness of Nigeria. This is to tell you that these people, most of these Nigerians we are talking about, even do not even understand what they want. They don't. Poverty has become part of their generation. So anything goes. Any amount is okay for the moment. If you sell your card, tomorrow you are looking for your brother or your sister that is overseas to send you money. You are looking for your schoolmate to send you money. You are looking for your neighbor who was living with you in the same neighborhood that traveled. You are looking for him to send you money. If you don't send him money, you begin to say so many things. You begin to curse those who don't send you money. You have crossed and you want the bridge to break. If you people continue this way, that bridge is going to, the bridge is not only going to break, it will break and it will fall into the Atlantic Ocean that nobody is going to see the bridge anymore. So if you think that all the insecurity that we have suffered in Imo State, that the only thing that you know you want now is just 1,500 to make a change for your generation, for your children, for your grandchildren, that you want to sell your family for 1,500. Good luck. At the end of the day, who is going to suffer is you. Brother Elvis, thank you for what you do. Thank you for all the panelists, for all the people in the comment section, and other people that are watching the panel around the world. God bless you, and I pray that everybody has a blessed weekend, and we shall be here tomorrow by the grace of God. Thank you for what you're doing, my brother. You are blessed. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ike. It's good to have you on the show today. Thank you. All right. Let me call on Oga F. Emmanuel. If you are there, sir, please give us your final submission. Thank you, sir. Okay. We need to round up now. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate every one of you for your time with us today. It's been a long day. We need to round up. I want to appreciate every one of you that supported us today financially. Madam Bella Naomi, thank you very much. Obio Shuko, thank you very much. Mr. Joseph Oji, thank you very much. Peter Ife, thank you so much. I appreciate you all, my wonderful people. And God bless you now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you that came to the panel today, I'd like to appreciate you all. Those of you that are still here with me, Augustine, him, Mr. Jonathan, give us a mandate, Madam Helen, Oga F. Emmanuel, Mr. Ike, and Mr. Jonathan, and many others. Now, God bless you, my people. I appreciate every one of you for your time with us. Those of you on the comment section, starting with Mother of All, Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy, for all you do. We appreciate you. Stella Imasevedo, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Peggy Modi, thank you very much. I appreciate you. MOPTV, I can see you. Madam Origin, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Madam Iris Finance, thank you very much for coming around today. God bless you. Madam Rita, I can see you right there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Appreciate every one of you right there. And God bless you, my people. Press on the like button and help us to share. Please endeavor to join us again tomorrow by 6 p.m. We're going to be here. For any reason we need to come out before 6 p.m., we're going to be here. That's why you need to hit on the notification bell to be notified whenever we are here. For those of you that are going to be playing back this video later on, please endeavor to hit on the super thanks. Hit on the super thanks to appreciate what we are doing, appreciate our work, share our videos, like our videos, subscribe to our channel to take us further. Join our membership as well, and many, many others. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Now we'll join the curtain, my people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to have a wonderful evening. Happy Saturday. And then tomorrow is Sunday. We'll take it from there. Monday is another big day. Remember, 23rd of October is a big day that we all have been waiting for. We'll see how it goes from there. But we should also remember that the final deadline day is on the 6th of November. So whatever the Supreme Court are going to be passing on, they must do that before the 6th of November. So within from Monday till the next 2 weeks, we are certainly going to know our fate about our country. Thank you very much, my people. Have a good night and bye for now.
It's a way